Okay, I see.
Hey, everybody!
Hi!
Welcome to the Tuesday game.
Woo!
We're getting ready to get started here.
Like a cider boy?
Oh, you put it over there.
Yeah, I moved it to a different spot. Tonight's game. Oh, somebody said something, but I don't know why.
Well, I didn't see it.
I'll bring it up.
We're missing our player Brad tonight. He couldn't make it. He had a vasectomy or I don't know what.
Yes, it was very bad.
So we're dedicating tonight's game to
Winnebago!
no
Reiki.
Frankie.
Reiki. Reiki.
Reiki. The lost puppy.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, as unusual, we're trying to format and get things situated. We're going to start off tonight with Dale giving the what's going on so far. And if you notice some crazy stuff going on, we got some microphones stuck everywhere and whatnot. We're trying to be more modern and useful. Hopefully this will work.
Okay.
Reiki. It's a Reiki.
Anyway, Dale, go ahead.
Okay. So we are continuing Werewolf The Apocalypse, 2nd edition.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben. Welcome aboard again.
You might turn it just a skosh that way.
I can't get to it right now.
Yeah.
Which way? Which way does it need to go?
Just this way a little bit.
Be careful of that arm because the whole thing will come down.
This?
The whole contraption will come down if you're not gentle.
Okay. You know what?
Let Wade
Get
do
your butt over there.
Wade knows.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it and topple. And that would be just my luck.
It might be a little tight.
You might turn it just a skosh there.
Next row.
A little more.
Which way does it need to go?
Just this way a little bit. See, I'm really
Probably
strong.
tight. Be careful of that arm because the whole thing will come down.
This?
The whole contraption will come down if you're not gentle.
Okay. You know what?
Let Wade do
Get your butt over there.
it. Wade knows.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it and topple.
All right.
That would be just my luck.
Okay. So, continuing Werewolf, 2nd edition. The last time we left off, the werewolf pack had met, and basically they had delivered a child they were escorting, Nicole, who is a young Silent Strider guru. She is actually only about 7 years old, and they had escorted her to the town of Enlightenment, the small city of Enlightenment, which actually is run by vampires. But there are 2 werewolf tribes in the area, so she'll be protected. She needs to spend time with the werewolves and learn about that because of some big prophecy she's involved in. The players left her. Didn't really want to, but they did. They trusted what they knew, and they headed out of town. They're going to go back eventually and pick her up and escort her to the next group of supernatural denizens that she's going to learn from, but for now they're on their own. And as they left Enlightenment, they had a pull east. They felt in their hearts and their souls that Gaia had guided them to head east for some reason. So that is where they're going.
So we're listening to the band Stepping Westward.
Sounds good?
And in the meantime, my curiosity is killing me because I wanted to be on scene and learn more vampire secrets.
Yeah.
Ah! Frustrating.
You would have too.
Well, you know, you can always ask the little girl when we get back to her.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys start heading east. I believe you were still taking the same trucks that you
Are
took
we?
from the
Yeah,
hunters?
that's a good question.
Probably.
Are we taking stolen vehicles?
Oh, why not? Hot wire them.
Well, you already did that.
We had
Yeah.
the keys
Had the
in
keys
some
for most of
cases.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Darn. I was hoping to get hot wire or something.
What's most of the three?
Well,
Two?
River wouldn't know to change plates or anything, so he'd probably be like, let's go! You know,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
I would have known to change plates.
yeah. So basically, you guys take the vehicles. None of you are lupus or like really old ways, but it is a little uncomfortable traveling this way.
Well, River's pretty uncomfortable because
Yeah.
he's not ever been in a vehicle before until
Right.
this point, so he's kind of like,
So it
doesn't
might,
know how to sit. He's constantly...
yeah, it might be good to get where you're going, but yeah, I'm sure Jack feels the same way.
Right. Shifty.
Jack would rather be out in the wild, just walking. He's used to that.
Right.
So probably whenever you stop for the night, River and Jack pile out of the little S10, like stretch the kinks in their back, like, we're not doing this anymore.
I just had the best visual of this caravan of trucks going down the road, and the little S10 keeps shifting in the lane because of us. So it's
Trying to move.
Like, oh, get your paw off me! Oh, God
Is
damn
that guy drunk?
Is Mike driving?
Sure that I will.
But during the daytime, I'm in my uniform, stretched out on the front dashboard, soaking up the sunshine, and this is the good.
Lots of cat naps on the way.
Meow.
Okay.
So you guys drive east. Probably throughout the night and toward the end of night, you find a motel that you can stay in, if you wish.
As
Or
the
you
are
can,
morning's-
allowed?
As the morning's coming?
yeah, as the morning's coming, you can drive into the daytime. Oh, sorry, the Stooges are playing in the. Okay. So yeah, you can stop and stay at a motel, or you can stop and camp out somewhere. It's up to you guys.
I'm sure everybody's happy to just camp out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So you actually do
I
find
don't
like
think we have any money, really.
no,
Not to speak of.
Actually, you do that.
River would probably, as soon as you
I do.
find a place to
Yeah.
camp, he would just switch back to bear because that's what
fine.
he's used to being in.
yeah.
Wow.
You find a nice little pile
Resources
somewhere and crawl in
like
it.
that.
So basically, you guys find a
You
nice
guys
little out of the way
Know
place.
what that means.
It's not really an official campground, but it's somewhere where you can pull off and kind of go into the woods, take an old farm trail, and basically camp out for the evening. That night, you guys do have dreams.
Once the girl is down on the ground and comfortable, Kylie, feline, or still in feline, and up on top.
Yeah.
Oh.
Need the dough. Need the dough. Okay. So you guys sleep for the night, and as you do have dreams. Everybody kind of has dreams about.
Cheeseburgers.
Well,
I thought it was going to be pudding.
No, it's always, for him, it's cheeseburger.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's always heavy pudding.
Heavy pudding.
Heavy pudding.
Oh, that's going on over here.
Yeah.
Was that made with deuterium water in the mix?
There's coleslaw in the pan. There's coleslaw. There's coleslaw in your
Bad
pan.
puns are beginning.
Beginning.
I'm
You
not sure
mean
what that's
continuing.
about.
Continuing, pardon, you're right.
It's a weird dream.
Okay, that would be a weird dream.
Did I miss one?
So, you all have a dream that evening about your first change. The first time you realized you were a shapeshifter. And the first time you had stress and forced yourself to change. But whatever your circumstances are, it's almost like a nerve-wracking nightmare. Kylie, I know yours was actually traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like you're lost. You don't know
I know.
what's going on. The source of your
Thing,
change
looking at
like
me, same
instantly evaporates in your dream, and you're like lost. You have no idea what's going on. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have anybody around to tell you what to do, and it's very nerve-wracking, your dream. And all of your dreams are very similar to that. So whatever your first change was, basically you are
Hold on a minute.
freaking out. Did you guys get that?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
We were being
Just making
smart.
sure you're...
What? We're gaming. Oh.
Everyone say hi to Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Thank you for putting earbuds in so she can so they can listen to us.
Hey, all right.
Were that quiet?
I wouldn't want to look at us.
Can't watch us. He's just listening. Right?
Yeah, at work.
Okay.
Well, darn it, this was the all naked night too. Well, shoot.
Thank the
you're-
gods that here I have earbuds in.
You're missing out, Tyler. It's strip werewolves tonight. Oh, you said Botch? You botched? There goes an article of clothing.
I got No successes. Oh, and there goes your shorts.
You're doing that on purpose.
I keep missing.
So yeah, whatever your first change was for your character, whatever those circumstances were, this is even more traumatic. And the basic feeling for everybody is that when you give into that change, you're lost. You have no idea what's going on. Even if your first change was in the presence of somebody who showed you what to do, that changes. So you all wake up very on edge and fearful.
Would Kylie be underneath my character at that point then, from me shifting and writhing?
No, she'd probably be up on top of me.
It's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat.
Yeah, they roll with it,
And
trust me.
how close to the full moon now?
It's about
Saturday.
2 days away.
Well,
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah, the full moon is 2 days away. So, yeah. Which actually, this would be, when you wake up, the full moon is tomorrow night.
Now, we've never had this has never had an experience like this before.
The dreams?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, you may have had dreams before, but it was never
Not
this
as intense and
frightening.
crazy, yeah.
And it was, you may have dreamt about your first change, but it was more like memories. This is more like it twisted into a nightmare. And when you wake up, you all kind of feel that, oh God, you wake up and you see your pack mates and you're like, oh, you're here. Oh God, thank you. You're kind of nervous that you don't want to be left alone in that type of situation.
Go back to sleep with my arms across, kind
I
of
have
squeezing
a
the crap
question.
out of it.
Vampire bear.
Like Jack and I are sleeping in our human form. If we're dreaming of our change, will we change? If that's that upsetting, I would think
It
that
probably would. Yeah.
we would change.
You would probably change in your dream.
Would you like that?
So anybody who wakes up probably sees Jack and Cam like doing the chasing bunnies in their dream because they're like they're in full Krynos form.
Probably not going to get
Rhonda,
security
you're
deposit back.
You're a stargazer, so these guys suffer rage quite a bit. You may not. I mean, I'll leave it up to you.
Well,
It is a stressful situation.
I'm not being conscious, because that would be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Consciously, I would be
This doesn't have any water.
trying to stay calm and
Right.
everything. Being in a dream, it probably would be
More traumatic and
more
stressful.
traumatic. And as far as that goes, I do have the flaw forced transformation frenzy
Okay.
into lupus.
Okay. So you actually shift to wolf form.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, let's see. What does everybody have for...
I have since warned you that you would have been.
No.
Okay.
What does everybody have for, let's say, willpower?
Three.
3, 5,
5.
5,
Oh, no.
Down there.
4,
6.
5.
6, 5. Okay. So the ones with 5 willpower, when you have that dream and you shift, you kind of wake up a little quicker. So, Bupu, you had a 5 as well. So, Ronbeer, Bupu, Chiquana, and Jack are going to wake up about the same time. River, you had a 6, right? So you're going to wake up first.
Okay.
So you kind of wake up and you're like, oh, and you're like doing the Walt Disney Bear, oh, like that Disney Bear Humphrey.
Yeah.
But as you wake up and see everybody there, you kind of calm down. But you also notice that thinking about that bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to add a video clip of that in there just so everybody knows what we're talking about. As you wake up, you do see, like, Ronbeer over there. You actually watch him shift to a wolf as he's asleep. You see Jack and Cam revert to Krynos as they're asleep. Jaquana, how about you? I don't know much about your first change.
Well, it was kind of private.
Okay.
And we don't talk about it.
Okay, so he's pitching a tent, and there was no tent there before.
There was no tent to
Wow.
pitch, yeah.
It's a wigwam.
It
It's a
And-
teepee.
It's a wigwam. It's a teepee.
He was using a different
My mentor
pole.
said, "You're just 2 tents."
Oh,
Oh.
okay. He explodes spontaneously.
It's like, boom, boom, boom.
Ah.
That's horrible.
You hear a bear go, blah, blah. Yeah.
I'm a silent strider. I can't help it.
That didn't sound very silent.
Don't
Boo-boo,
judge me.
How about your first change? What do you have an idea of when you first found out you were because you're feline, right? Your natural form. So you were born a cat, and eventually you would have something happen that would cause you to shapeshift.
I thought so.
She's playing a bastet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
No, you could still have been a
You had to change your own
Right.
litter box.
Right.
Stupid. Shift into Krynos. That's what I think of a litter box.
She's Hamid.
Now watch this.
She's Hamid.
Oh, she's Hamid. Okay.
No.
So basically, when you were a teenager, something happened and you stressed out and shapeshifted. I don't know if there was anybody there for you to guide you through it, or, you know, like if you had a mentor or a parent or somebody who could help you.
Damn it, Terrence! I said no!
That was about the case of it.
Or if you did it and then just kind of like, what was that? Because once you have your change, usually other guru or Bastet will find you. They will seek you out because they can, if they're in the area, they're
count
sensitive.
when I got angry and started to slap somebody and instead I...
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good example.
Okay, that works.
Okay. So you have that dream, and it's, like I said, it's stressful because once you go to slap that person, they disappear, and you shapeshift, and you are basically in like a black void. You know, you're just looking around, there's nobody, there's nothing, and you go into panic mode. So you may actually shift to Homid.
Sounds right.
So you're probably shifting to Homid, and River sees that in Chiquana. Did you?
Well, she would have already been Hamid. And she would have shifted to something else for the...
Didn't you two run around as cats though? In between.
Well, she
Yeah,
was in
did you-
she was in cat form when we met in the woods.
Right, but she said she's
But her original form is Hamid.
okay.
But
Right.
I thought
So
she went
she
to
was-
sleep as. Did you go to sleep as a cat or as a
Yeah, I went... Last we played, I went to sleep as the
So you
cat.
would have shifted to human.
So you would have shifted to human.
Right.
I was going to say, if you were already human, you just have a nightmare. But if you
That'd
were a
be
cat,
horrible.
you basically shift to human.
Right.
So,
So that's what I see.
Well, I was basically in high school, and we were playing basketball, and I got kind of upset.
You're not going to tell us about those cookies, are you?
Well,
You were
I
deep
turned in
pants.
and the wolf, and I right in front of everybody, and I was playing basketball, and I became the mascot. And I
you
basically
became
Wolf,
the popular kid and
the Teen
surfed
Wolf.
on a van.
Yeah.
I got
Oh my.
No,
I
it
thought
was
you
a
were basing-
reservation. It was basically he just went with it. So it
Okay.
just easy going. This is like, all right, things are gonna happen when you hit puberty. We're gonna talk about it.
you. Yeah,
I
you're
thought
going to
you were
grow
gonna-
hair in unusual places.
Yeah, I thought you were going to
Like
tell us
all
about that
over.
actual memory where
Right-
somebody's
right in the middle of
cookies
the-
were hanging out.
Right in the middle of a sweat lodge, and he flips out.
Yeah.
Can't remember if that was you or if that was
No,
somebody
no,
else.
that was not me.
It
but
was
I was
somebody
there.
else. Yes.
It was somebody else.
So,
Thank gosh. it wasn't
basically,
me.
when you have your nightmare, you're lost, but you don't have your pipe for the Umbra or anything, but you actually, being Chiquana then, probably like, yeah, this is cool. This is unsettling, but I'm okay.
Yeah, probably got lost. In the
So
woods
you
or
probably
something.
wake up a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
So as you guys wake up, you see River is there kind of watching.
That's if you wanted to join.
And as you wake up, you
So-
probably realize you're not in the form you went to bed in.
You and then the 5 feet.
And
So
then,
would I have changed then? Because I was sleeping in my feline.
yeah, I'm getting to
That's
you.
for, that's for if you wanted to do like multiple people on one.
So
night.
basically, River wakes up. You guys kind of all wake up and are like, oh, okay. The next one to wake up is Cam, and Jack is probably next to her, and she's still.
I would
You
be
had,
the last one to wake up, wouldn't I?
well, you had four
Yeah.
willpower. You had three, didn't you?
Oh, okay.
So Jack kind of calms you down, wakes you up. Yeah. So he wakes you up, calms you down, and not long after that, you see the cute little Manx kitten.
40-pound little.
40-pound little. To Krynos, that's small.
To River, that's tiny.
Basically, you see Manx, the little cat, kind of doing the whiskers twitching, ears twitching, and all of a sudden shifts to Krynos. Or whatever it is, the Satro, or is that what the... Or is it Krynos for cats, too?
It's Krynos.
I believe it's Krynos.
Yeah.
Should be on your.
I got a sheet right here. I do have, yeah, there's Krynos.
Okay. So you see Kylie shift to Krynos in her sleep. And it takes her a second, and she's like snarling, and then she just kind of snaps awake and sees everybody basically staring at you. But you're kind of like, and if you're not comfortable in that form, you can shift back to whatever you want. Mm-hmm. But everybody's kind of waking up, looking at each other.
Well, the funny part is that when they went to sleep, Kylie was laying on River's back.
So I jumped up and she rolled off.
So she probably rolled off.
Did you jump up or did you just look around?
According to him, I was...
That was your mental state.
It was a dancing bear.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Were you ballooned?
So I was probably thrown off.
I was the first one to panic and wake up. So whatever I would have done, probably would have went like this and put her on the ground and been like, "What the hell?" You know. And then because then I would have looked up and seen everybody pop, 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 pop. You know, what the hell?
And then, so once you guys kind of wake up and calm down, you can kind of tell you all woke up in the same kind of, and just by looking at each other, you can tell you have the same kind of anxiety right now.
Sweaty weirdness going on.
So, Jack,
what happened in the hotel
Jack
room?
looks around and he's like,
We're camping.
Oh, I woke up in the wrong place.
werewolves do that.
So, now to clarify, you said they were 1 day now away from full moon?
Yes.
So that should put me in the lane.
It will be tomorrow night.
Because
Not
I've got
tonight,
the
but
moon
tomorrow.
madness.
Yeah.
So I'd be in the lane. So I am more so agitated
Right.
than normal to start with.
Right. That's why you were probably snarling and stuff like that when you woke up.
Mm-hmm.
So you wake up ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you recognize everybody's looking at you, everybody's awake like, you okay? It kind of calms you down, but you're still agitated.
My first instinct would be shift straight back to my feline thing, get my wits about me, and then change to Hamid.
Okay.
So we can
I'll pet her.
discuss this.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. You're okay. Well, of course, embarrassing. I'm like,
So, yeah, Jack shifts back to Homid. And if Kylie shifts back to Homid, maybe we should talk about this, you know.
Yeah, River will say.
So everybody can shift to Homid.
Everybody else have a bad dream, too?
Well,
yeah.
I probably when I woke up, see what's going on. I probably would have went in the Umbra just to see what was going on around us.
Absolutely nothing. Okay. The Umbra looks...
Pop!
See, I told you, exploded.
Oh!
It's just like there's confetti where he was standing.
Surprise! It's like
Rip Taylor.
Rip Taylor like confetti. When I shifted, I turned into Rip Taylor.
That's frightening. That's like a worm creature.
It would
That's
be.
a hell of a flaw.
So basically, you all shift to Homid, and River, do you...
Actually, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
This form is keeping me
I got a
calm.
fish.
Okay.
Holy mackerel!
Okay, so I want to be Gallagher. And I should have smashed
Oh,
watermelons
so
everywhere.
all of our Midas forms are horrible comedians. That means Jack is Carrot Top. That's horrible.
But he is built, so it's like
Well, that's true. That's true. Chairman of the board.
Yeah.
Surfer's got the surfer shirt. Never mind.
Oh, wait, Nate, I want to be a pagoda. Never mind.
Rambeer would probably be the same as Cam. Go ahead and
Stay in.
shift it. Go back to Krynos.
Okay.
Yeah, stay that way because it's just.
Well,
I feel safer right now.
go from Lupus to Krynos. 'Cause
Oh. Okay. Yeah, you gotta shift to Krynos. Okay.
Jack will probably shift to Homid. Kind of look around like. Somebody asked if that was if somebody else had a weird dream.
Yeah, River would have said, anybody else have a strange dream? As I'm calming Kylie down.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hiss.
Like.
As a human, I go hiss.
Scratch it behind the ears. He's okay. He's okay.
As if I was lost.
Yeah.
That was a bad feeling. And he probably instinctively reaches over and grabs you.
Yeah, I was just.
I was lost as
That
well.
big old Krynos arm over
You pop back into existence.
Now show us on the show us on
I
the
was
werewolf
lost as
now
well.
where he touched you.
Jack's going to tackle you. Don't ever do that again. Don't.
Yabble dabble.
That's a little werewolf humor. I hope you enjoy
I'm
it.
going to do that. Especially, it's ridiculous. Holy mackerel!
So how far from the truth was that?
Oh.
I'm not very far.
So you do pop back from the Umbra, though?
Yes.
Okay. Jack kind of looks over at you. Well,
Everything is fine.
sure.
Everything is awesome.
All right, I throw the Lego into the dryer, and I know what happens after that.
Lego?
Lego Maego.
No,
Those two,
I,
huh?
I explain my dream, and it's like, did you all have something similar?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was nasty. I was lost. Out of control.
So
Confused, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered.
you two seem like the great sages. It's not normal to have the same dream, right?
No.
No.
Okay. Maybe that has something to do with us pulling east or something?
Mm.
Oh, is that which way we were
Possibly.
going?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna look at the stars.
Yeah, look at the stars.
I was gonna say, can you talk like that when you're in cryos? Or do we kind of?
Well, again, it's
Yeah.
the like you said, the
One
motions,
syllable.
Instinctual. You're
Right.
not getting every word, but
Yeah.
if he wants to speak to us, it's like,
Okay.
look, stars. You know, that kind of thing.
You must potty.
Yeah. Walkies.
Is it a clear night?
Yeah, it is a clear night.
Oh, wait, isn't it morning?
Yes, there is.
Yes.
It's like early morning.
Early morning.
When you wake up, it's like 3 o'clock, so the stars are still out, but you can see dawn breaking. So,
Oh no!
Wade, if you want to roll wits and enigmas, you can do that.
With Enigma.
Okay.
With Enigmas. With.
I had a name.
Edward Enigma, the Riddler. Yeah, if anybody has wits and enigmas, you know, in some
got
way
wit, no
to
enigmas.
interpret that, like he's looking at the stars for signs. If you have something you could look at for signs, like if you want
I
to
have a
cast
knowledge
bones,
of
So you control
rights.
5 dice.
And I have investigation, but yeah, that's
You can try.
this.
For those of you who have a method to do this, like looking at stars, casting bones, whatever you want to do, your target number is going to be 6. If you don't have a method and you're just trying to figure that out, your target number is 8.
I'm not even trying.
And 4 successes.
Okay, 7.
Like I'm like a negative 1.
1.
1. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're stars.
Those lights in the sky could be UFOs.
Spirit speech. So I might
Yep, 5 dice.
Okay. I can't quite remember.
And
They're
it's
awfully still
8
for
for
fun.
your
If there's a
target
spirit in the
number.
area, you can talk to.
That one knocks everything down, doesn't it?
It takes one
success away.
takes one
Actually,
success.
which one? That's a 7.
No,
Oh, that's a 1.
Yeah, I thought that was.
So yeah, you had a 9 and a 1, so 0.
No successes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right.
Evenly balanced as all things must be.
Nice.
If you say so.
Is that the player's guide? No, it's in here. Well, I can at least give you this section. So, for those of you who made it, you had 4, you had 7, and you had 1?
Fun.
Okay.
Here's that Taco Bell.
For those of you who made it, the gifts start there. I'm not sure where Spirit Speech is. It might be under your auspice. Yeah, Wade, you kind of look up at the stars and just kind of contemplate for a bit. Jaquana, you do whatever it is you do. And Kim, you just kind of think about it and you're like, yeah, I think it has something to do with us heading this way, but you're like, I can't imagine what, but it's, you just have that gut instinct that yes, it has something to do with where you're headed.
Yeah.
Ron Beer, as you look at the stars, you kind of get this image of And this overwhelming feeling of being lost and afraid, but knowing kind of deep down that someone can help you, but you're not sure who. You just have this feeling like, yeah, and it's not like you're feeling it, it's like, okay, somebody is lost and afraid, and they don't know who to turn to.
I got the goosebumps, sorry.
So maybe, and it seems like Gaia is kind of guiding you to be that helping hand for whoever this is. And Chiquana, you're going to find the same thing, although you have a much more definite feeling that it is a spiritual thing, like, you know, Gaia is actually guiding you. You feel like the spirits are guiding you somewhere important, and it's near.
Right. Well, I'll probably do Breath of Gaia too, yeah. Because that's a right I have.
Oh, yeah, the right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Do that, and I have Truth as well, so.
So, yeah, when you do that, it is basically Gaia is pushing you somewhere. It's like the Force or destiny or something.
Okay.
And this is where you're meant to go. And it's close. Like, you know, if you were to travel all day today, you would probably get to where you need to be this evening.
Okay.
So it's not far from here.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys have the dream. You kind of all talk about that. You feel it, and some of you feel strongly that, yes, this is where we're going, so somebody needs help or something.
Yeah, as the feeling of the dream wears off and everybody's everybody else is like calming down and making plans, I will slowly shift down back to Omen.
Okay. So, once everybody calms down, the sun's up, you guys can do whatever rites you need to do for the day.
I need to fight the death bear.
Okay.
Not yet.
So, as you...
In the process of trying to calm down,
Right.
Most of you probably noticed me slip a little harmonica out of their pocket.
You had a pocket?
On my kilt.
Oh.
And just start playing. Rather well.
Okay.
Blues Traveler well?
Using Seeker's wisdom.
Okay. So yeah, you guys go about getting your day ready. Probably Kylie's harmonica actually kind of helps calm you down, but it's kind of reminding you that there are things about this pack you probably don't know about each other. You just met like a day ago, and you kind of know everybody, but you really don't know everybody. So if anybody wants to role play any of that out, or if it's kind of like that, hey, how's it going? Good morning. Let's hit the road. Like Jack would be like, if you ask him questions, he might answer you, but he's like, yep. I don't know any of you, so Chiquana, what are we doing? But yeah, just keep that in mind. Your pack is still kind of coalescing, so you've got plenty of opportunity.
Well, if there's any kitties walking around, KM in human form might absentmindedly try to pet them as she's going about.
So anyway, you guys get up, get around, and travel on.
Hungry.
Yep.
Food?
If you want food, you can always hunt.
Yes.
Or you can stop at a fast food joint if you can choke down the food.
Was your stuff still in the ice chests?
Yeah,
there's still sandwiches and stuff in there. So
that's perfect.
They're
works.
Good for another day, probably. There's
the ice
bags
is all
of
melted,
chips. Yeah, the ice is all melted.
It's soggy sandwiches, no big deal.
And pudding.
Pudding sandwiches.
Yeah, let's not forget the pudding now.
So yeah, if for those of you who want, the cooler's got some food in it. You can finish that off. For those who wish to hunt, you can actually go hunt. So
I don't know. Easy food, hunt food.
Easy food.
Quick food.
Yeah.
The bear's like, easy
the
food,
bear's-
then more food.
The bear he doesn't have any problem with human food.
The only exertion is to open the bag.
Right. He has an affinity to humans anyway, so he probably wouldn't have any problem with human food. Sure.
Imagine that. The bear likes picnic baskets.
Yeah.
Oh, picnic basket.
All right. So once you guys get all settled and head out, you gonna take the vehicle still? I'm assuming.
I'm gonna carry one.
You gonna carry one? You could.
I'll leave that up to you guys.
Well, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to
I'm
You're like
fine.
Grape Ape doing the skateboard thing on the top of the
In the
truck.
back of it.
Back to feline form on the dashboard, but I'm actually, consciously looking where we're going.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, you guys kind of head east, and you're kind of on a 2-lane highway, so you just kind of follow that. It's going east, and it's eventually, like a couple hours later, you'll
How much gas do we got?
probably full tanks.
Okay.
So, as you get a couple days or a couple hours up ahead, you see where there's like a couple exits, and you all get the feeling it's like that way. So whoever's driving,
Whoever's in the lead.
pretty much just veer off, and everybody, as the first driver, probably Cam, pulls off, everybody behind's like, seems right. Yeah. So they follow along.
By the way, who took Winnebago's place in driving?
Actually, he's still driving. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
He's
Winnebago.
still with us.
Winnebago would still be with you.
He's just being quiet.
He probably slept a little far away from you guys because he's still kind of that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to
Lone
join
wolf.
the circus yet.
Not ready to join the circus.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he probably slept, but he's there.
And Mike's gonna make funny little noises over there for no reason. Okay.
It's a clown.
This is different now.
It wouldn't be Mike if he didn't.
About midday, it looks like you're probably going to have to stop and fuel up. So you do find one of those little out-of-the-way gas stations. And it's like a real rustic-looking gas station. It's one of those ones that looks like either they sell like the cheapest souvenirs you can imagine, or it's run by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family. It's like the old gas station with all the hubcaps and license plates all over the wall. It's got the wooden door with the little ding-ding.
One
You know.
pump.
There's two.
There's actually two
Yeah,
pumps.
two, back to
Oh,
back.
well, one's got a diesel.
Yeah. So
Well, I imagine Jack and Cam have a little
I can
money.
use for monitoring.
maybe a little.
I don't know.
Well, actually, that brings up Buku has 1 dot in resources, so
So you have money.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a little bit of money.
I have contacts.
Ranbeer had nothing.
No. Yeah, does anybody else have resources?
Where is that?
Should be one of your backgrounds.
I have rights and contacts.
No.
I can call somebody to
I
wire.
have rights
it
and
in.
fetishes. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, you could.
While everyone is fueling up, still in feline form, I'm scouting around the station,
Okay.
sniffing the smells.
Is this gas station one of those convenience store type gas stations, or just a gas station's gas station?
Just a
Well-
gas station.
Okay.
Rob, I'm kind of picturing almost, well, besides the Texas Chainsaw kind of gas station, but also kind of gas station slash country store that
Yes.
was in
Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead.
So
you ever
there's
saw the
food there.
movie Pumpkinhead?
Huh?
There's food there.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's like
Vegetables.
grocery, like
Packaged,
vegetables,
yeah.
produce,
It's an
and
old
like
country
bags
store.
of
Flour
meat. Yeah,
bag.
that's
Flour
very much
bags.
what we're looking at. So as you guys pull in and get out of the vehicles to fuel up or stretch your legs or go searching the area or whatever, or walk the perimeter, you do see an older guy kind of like looking out the window. He's got like the scruffy gray white beard, kind of thin. He's got a baseball cap, like your old trucker cap. It's seen better days. Got a pair of glasses, wire rim glasses, and flannel shirt with, you can tell he's got the bib overalls on.
Oh, a skeezer from North Carolina.
Sort of. He's basically looking out the window, and as he looks, you see him
Sorry,
kinda,
North Carolina.
I'm a native. I can get away with it.
Okay, here we go.
as you guys start fueling up, he kind of steps out the door onto the little like stoop, because it is like a stoop. He kind of steps out, and he's like, "Good day, folks. How y'all doing?"
How
And
are
he kind
you?
of looks at everybody.
Yeah.
You notice he's kind of looking at everybody.
I'll walk up towards him.
Okay.
I will too.
Doing well, sir. How are you?
Doing fine.
Got any good
you
grub
still
in
have
there?
your, you still wear your,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to use my persuasion gift too. If I can.
okay. What'd you say?
Got any good grub in there?
Well, it depends on what you like, but we got some stuff. We got apples and Twinkies and
Apple Twinkies are my favorite.
I guess you can eat them together if you like.
I like that. I'm going to go ahead and take a look around, sir, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm not being sarcastic or anything at all. It's just
So
being
I got
very
2 ones
genuine.
and 2 successes.
So the 2 ones cancel the 2
So I
successes.
got nothing.
So, what are you going to say?
Hello, sir. I hope you don't mind. We're getting some gas.
Yeah, very fun.
Oh,
You notice he's looking at your
you're welcome.
like
I
chest
wanted
plate,
to
your
monitor. I
breed bead thing.
I'm
He
gonna
kind of looks at it and he's like,
get another phone next week. That one is working.
he starts looking around and he's
I'm
like,
still broadcasting that one. We'll have my own
y'all together,
monitor
right?
and post it to
I'm
top
assuming-
of the shit.
Or what do they call it? Pack, right?
Yeah.
We are a pack.
He kind of like looks right at you and he's like, no shit.
What do they call the people who help?
Kinfolk. They were born of guru
Yeah,
parents, but they
I
never,
kinda
the
go-
gene never took.
Right. I go.
Yeah.
Are you a sort of
Yes.
kinfolk, my friend?
Well, yeah. I never thought I'd see so many all at once.
Chiquana, I got from my hand out.
He puts his hand out and he's like, nice to meet you.
I'm River! You hear from the inside.
All right.
River is a bearer of a man.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He kind of looks at everybody else. He doesn't seem to pick up on
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
saying. He's like, well,
I'm just pumping gas and kite.
yeah. Kind of like,
Anything odd going on around here other than
he probably laughs. Other than you?
Yeah.
No, not really.
What's up the road?
Oh, up the road? That's the town of
Pentex.
It's one way. I can't
Text.
remember which one.
Brooksville.
Oh, he just throwing him.
Yeah. This is town of Brooksville.
Brooksville.
Kind of a bigger city. I don't usually go there often
Slide it back.
unless I need supplies or something. So, you can't. He looks around like you're the only ones out here, but he's doing that. Looking around. You all going somewhere special? You got something important to do, or?
Now
Going
I'm gonna
east.
use Truth of Gia just on him just to see
Okay.
because it makes me versus his
Ron Beer says, go
manipulation
I didn't know if
and
you heard him.
subterfuge,
Okay.
intelligence, empathy.
Versus his manipulation.
The
and
guy in the
subterfuge.
turban says,
Yes.
going east.
It's like
We're
you
going
got,
east.
you got a long way to go, son.
These float.
He's like, east, huh? Well, then you'll probably run into Brooksville pretty soon. By nightfall.
Oh shit, that was red.
He bust anyway, so
I did too.
Red.
he doesn't seem like he's
Mhm.
hiding anything,
Okay.
Stop
but he does
looking
seem to
your
know
dice.
what's going on.
Couldn't do
Kinda
that.
like, so you got something important you're doing east?
I think so.
I've never seen so many of you.
Wow, we've been feeling
You,
that.
you're all
Oh yes.
wow. Well,
There's something drawing us to that town. Just wondering
Stop pumping. I'm going to go in the store.
if something been bothering. Is there other people around here like us? Travelers.
I haven't seen one for a couple months now.
Couple months.
Yeah. I don't know about in Brooksville. Like I said, I hardly ever go there, and when I do, I get supplies and come back. Just, I never really liked city life.
I guess smile. I
He was like,
understand.
yeah. Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, it sounds like you got to get going when you're done here. Whatever you need's on the house.
Oh shit.
I
Does Ripper hear that?
Roll your perception and alertness, target
That's
number
like-
of 7, because you're probably clinking the pickle jars like, ooh,
Fuck the pickle
wrinkling
jars. I'm sucking up
shit.
all the Twinkies.
Oh, I thought you were going.
I'm just
Perception
going
and
to
light.
buy
It's like,
stuff
well,
that we can make paint.
I gotta go. There are many of us, my friend, and you must survive with your business.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm doing all right.
There's 4 right there.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
was what was the target? I'm sorry.
7.
4.
Okay. Yeah, you're here from out
Of course he
front. Whatever you need, it's on the house.
I just. So I'm carrying like 6 boxes of Twinkies. I'm like, yeah, I was gonna pay for this. But yeah.
I kind of look at you like, come on, man.
Don't worry, I'm picking up
This is snack
supplies.
for everybody.
Eggs and flour for
Not for
making
me.
waffles and stuff, and I'll plot money on it.
Okay. So you guys gas up. Those of you who go into the store can.
How
go
many
ahead.
boxes of Twinkies does he have?
He has 7 boxes of Twinkies.
There you
Not
go.
anymore.
Not
Nope,
anymore.
not anymore.
Are there any other Hostess treats?
Yeah,
Not anymore.
there's 2 boxes of ding dongs and
Gone.
4 apple pies.
Fuck apple pies.
Nah,
Jack
he
comes
has
in, he's
the
like,
ding
apple
dongs.
pies.
Come help my boxes, Jack. I go.
Thank you. I kind of like that. Is there anything I can do for you? Or any of us?
No, I'm fine. I just always feel a need to help. I guess you could say my kinfolk. It's always been strong with me. My sister comes back through here once every year or so. I get to visit with her. So, any of them I can help. She's told me about what you fight against and what you do. And, most people probably don't believe that, but I've seen how things are going. Yeah, I think the end times are coming. The way she made it sound seems pretty reasonable to me. So whatever you
Unfortunately,
need,
you are right.
whatever you need, anything I can help you out with.
Is there anything you were missing? You've lost here? You're looking for?
No, not really. Ain't got much to lose except my marbles. I think I lost those a while back.
River's looking for marbles.
You plop the money down on the counter, and he's like, "Well, you don't."
I'm inside. Isn't he still outside?
Well, yeah, I guess he is. So he doesn't see that.
No, I was carrying out
Okay.
flour bags and eggs and
Okay.
maple
He
syrup.
sees you pulling out the
Water
regular
probably would be
stuff,
another thing.
Water.
and then Jack comes out with probably some water and 4 apple pies.
River comes.
River comes
All
out
the
with like
Hostess-
the armful of Hostess stuff. He kind of smiles and he's like, "Looks like I'll be making a trip to Brooksville, but I think I'll wait till you're done there."
I'm gonna take everything I got to the S10 and throw it in the back of the S10. Go back and I'm gonna pull out. The one thing I forgot to ask you about was, since River's mentor was a prospector,
Okay.
that he had a small jar of gold flakes from his prospecting that he
Okay.
kept.
Okay.
And what he'll do is he'll take that out, take out a couple pieces of gold, and give to the guy.
Okay. Leave it with Cam's money.
To him.
Oh, you're gonna give it directly to him. He's like,
This is sacred.
"Well, then you don't have to give it to me. You keep it."
You have. Thank you for cakes.
He kind of looks at me and he's like, "All right, thank you. Enjoy your Twinkies."
Mm-hmm.
Kylie, you're kind of walking around while they're doing this. It just
Thank
seems
you.
like it's out in the middle of nowhere. There's really nothing amiss
Twinkie?
here. There's nothing really
Is this
strange
Pentex?
about it.
Something there.
It's not a hostess, it's what Little
Yeah,
Debbie or
even if
what's
you
the
rolled
off-brand
Primal
one?
Urge, you probably wouldn't be able to
There's a
smell the
little
scent of the
off-brand
Guru
kind
if they've been
Yeah.
here a couple months ago. You
That
probably
aren't
wouldn't pick it
chemical
up.
filled.
So yeah, it just seems like an
Dolly Madison.
out of the way
Dolly Madison,
gas
yeah.
station. And he's kinfolk. He's not kinfolk to you, so you probably don't even
So
pick
they're
up on
zinger-sized Twinkies.
a smell for him.
The
Because
red
he's
ones,
not
those were
a
always good.
shapeshifter.
Yeah.
So
Red zingers.
yeah, it's kind of like, okay, well, yeah, it's just a gas station. But as you come out, you notice the guy's like being all chummy with these
Looking
people,
through,
like,
sees bare
yeah,
claws,
take
he's
what you
like-
need. You're like, huh? Boo Poo, are you with the guys while they're doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just watching them and just, okay, why?
You have
Why are they making
probably
this?
never seen this. Catfolk do have kinfolk, but they're not like tight knit like Guru. They're a little more, "Hey, do you mind if I crash here tonight?" "Yeah, sure, whatever." Yeah, they're like cats.
Actually, for her, though, it might be a little different. The Bobbi,
Yeah.
since they are hidden, and they're
They know how to
more-
scratch behind your ear.
Yeah. Well, they're probably
Yeah,
even
rub your
rarer
tummy.
around their kinfolk. They probably don't see them that often. If they're hidden, they probably don't interact with kinfolk very much at all.
Yeah.
And if they do, it's like, yeah, if you get to see one of your kinfolk, you've probably seen maybe 2 in your life.
Right.
And it's like, oh, wow, this is a special moment. And they treat it as a special moment.
Right.
But these guys are like, hey, what's up? Yeah, take the free gas, go ahead. And it's something you're not really
accustomed
used to.
Right.
And especially like your kinfolk are probably your bubasti. Okay, we're good. These guys, he's like, oh yeah, that guy's pretty big. Like he just assumes you're all werewolves. He doesn't really like, oh well, you're a silent strider. I don't associate with you. Or he's just friendly to everybody and willing to help.
We're just all werewolves that got a couple cats with us, right?
Yeah, he doesn't realize you're cats or you're a bear.
Right.
Well, I mean, you're a cat, but he probably doesn't know you're a shapeshifter. But he's like, you're all, yes, we are. So he's like, oh, you're all werewolves except for the cat. That's weird that you carry a cat, but whatever. You know.
That's for later.
Yeah.
What?
Keep me away from the turkey.
Would you take a
Oh, I
human
was just
into the
gonna feed
Umbra?
you tuna.
Would that be to see the same thing as us? Or?
No, it's sort of stuffing the cat in the
Oh,
turkey.
You know, they're so disconnected
does
from
that?
spiritualism. They really can't go in the Umbra.
Awful big
What are-
freaking
what are-
turkey.
so
or
she's-
what's your
55
character doing
cat
right now?
Yeah.
After she put the flour in her groceries in the back of her truck, she just went and sat in the back of the truck. Or in the truck.
I do ask him again, it's just like, is there something you've lost? Maybe I can find it for you. Here.
Right before you turn around to get in the truck, River's there. He goes, "Rah!" and he smacks you with bags of something in his hands.
Is anything on me?
explode, no.
He's actually
He's just
like,
he's pawing at you with a
keep it
rah,
on
rah,
close to
rah, rah. He holds up bear claws.
So what you're doing here is what I'm trying to do.
Thanks.
As well.
Walks off.
Thanks. I think.
And I hope everyone will do as you.
You can hope, but from what my sister says, it's going to be a long journey.
She?
She's a werewolf. Yeah, he kind of does lower his voice. I don't want that cactus thing.
I go,
That's a worm cactus.
Where is she?
Kinfolk. Well, she travels with her own pack. I guess they travel and fight the worm. She doesn't want to talk about it too much.
Actually, if I'm eating that bear claw, did he have any coffee made in there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Would have been a given, probably. The only thing that would have made River drop all that is if you had microwavable cheeseburgers. He'd have been like, beep.
Nope, unfortunately not.
So did River have coffee?
No,
Well, when I come
River
out.
doesn't drink coffee.
Oh, well, I'll offer him one when I come back out because, coffee and bear claws. Yum.
Having explored around,
Yeah.
and
You can
while
have- he's in
they're
human form.
evidently still talking, jibber jabbering out front, I'll felinely saunter inside and then kind of behind one of the thing, change up to human form,
Okay.
like catnip, cans of cat food.
Tuna. Sure, it's probably candy.
You do find a little aisle, like a little side strip thing, and it's got some cat collars, and there is a catnip mouse. And there's one of those little cage balls with the bell in it.
Any dried fish hanging from rope or anything?
No, but there are some cans of cat food.
So surely there'd be cans of tuna.
Cans of tuna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are cans of tuna.
Yeah.
Not the good kind, but not albacore, but just tuna and oil.
In oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got Charlie and
And sardines. Or
Yeah,
definitely
I was
sardines
just going to
there,
say,
yeah.
next to the
Oh,
tuna
yeah.
is cans of sardines
Canned meat.
in mustard sauce or
Potted.
soybean oil.
salty.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Deviled ham or whatever. The
Yeah.
It's like Frank Villadon, the changeling. He's got the pickled pig's feet on the bar. What? So yeah, you guys get what you want. You thank the old man. Introduces himself as Joseph if anybody asks, and he kind of bids you a good journey and be safe out there.
They they have a little. He has some little bags or sacks or.
Yeah, he's got like the little paper bags that you can put stuff in.
Put the stuff in the bag, kind of roll up the top of it, change down, kind of pick it up, trot out to the truck.
Okay. He just kind of finds it odd, but he's like, that's odd, but I'm talking to a bunch of werewolves, so that's odd too.
With
I'll
cats.
just let that go.
I probably asked, does he have something of his sister's?
Well, yeah, she gave me a pendant. And he kind of lifts up under his shirt and hands you a pendant. It has got the symbol for the Fianna tribe.
Oh, she's Fiona. And I used the questing stone on that.
Okay.
And I got 3 successes.
Okay.
So, but it'll let me sense general where she's at.
Looks like it's pointing south.
Okay.
And you can kind of sense it's very far south, like maybe Mexico south. It's quite a ways away.
But she's still there.
She's there. I mean, it found her, so her life force is strong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's probably down south of the border somewhere.
I'll probably let her concentrate for a bit. I go, she's safe. I think she's in Mexico. But she's alive and well.
She did say she had some business to take care of down south. Oh. Well, thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Did you say we were in Oregon?
No, you're in Colorado.
Colorado. Okay. I was close.
So, well, you guys fuel up, get your road snacks,
Road beers and
snacks and road beers.
road beers.
So you guys can pile in the trucks and
Reindeer.
Snacks and hand beer. We're,
Oh.
we're monitoring it over here. It's been pretty quiet.
so basically you guys head on. It looks like you're driving for a couple more hours. It's starting to get nightfall because if you remember, it's kind of early to mid-fall. So probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's starting to get dark, and you see a sign up ahead says Brooksville, 1 mile. So as you guys kind of enter the town of Brooksville proper,
As Jack and I have eaten at least 2 boxes of Twinkies so far.
yeah, yeah,
I
think
nudge
so?
him. Be like,
yeah, Jack would. That's probably all they fed him when he was in his cage. Junk food.
Oh, I'm wrapping for him.
He just does the pop.
Yep.
So as you guys kind of pull into Brooksville, it's kind of a big town. It would be like pulling into, say, Peoria. So it's not by any means a big city like Chicago or something like that, or Boulder, but it's a pretty good sized town. For you guys, it's a huge city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of you guys probably don't travel in the cities too much, so
This
this
is
is
really weird.
kind of, and it's definitely a little bit bigger than Enlightenment. Enlightenment is kind of a college town with a lot of nice amenities, but this one is a little bit larger, and it's got a lot more strip malls, a lot more, you know, movie theaters and stuff like that. So it's a little bit bigger. But as you kind of come into town, you kind of feel like, yeah, something, this is it. This, you get a feeling this is it. But you don't know where it is.
Can you
It's
do
just
sense
there.
worm?
Yeah, you can.
Do you log
Try
in?
sense
You or
worm?
log in as
Yeah,
well?
that's what I was like.
Basically, there
I
is a
don't know.
worm stench here. It's just kind of like any other city.
Yeah,
Nothing-
It's nothing like
specific.
nothing like, oh, this is where that Pentex brewery is. You know,
Right.
it's nothing like that. It's just a normal worm sense, maybe a little more, but it's a bigger town. So,
Well, maybe drive around and we find a park or something.
okay. Yeah, you
Okay.
can easily find a park not far into town. Probably in kind of a middle class residential area. You kind of find a nice, good sized park. Plenty of place to park your vehicles if you want. So you're gonna park and get out.
That's what I suggest. Just
Okay.
a park, at least, would be something we're comfortable with.
So you guys park in the park.
You're with me, so
Yeah, and you're in the lead.
and
so
I'm in the lead.
yeah, so you guys pull into a park.
Does it have hours on the park? Closed at
No, it's definitely not gated. It's like going out to Lake Story at 2 in the morning.
Oh.
It's like you're
Yeah,
not
but you're not
supposed to.
supposed
You're
to.
not supposed to be here, but the cops probably aren't going to come and roust you out.
okay.
At least you don't know if they will, but
We'll just
yeah, it's like 6 p.m. So if you see anything posted, it's like park closes at 11.
Dusk till dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead till dawn. Dead till dawn. So so you guys park in the parking lot. Park. And get out. There's no other cars here. It looks like a pretty good sized park, kind of like Lincoln Park, our Lincoln Park, but a little bigger. So I mean, there's lots of little. You could drive around and look at the park if you want. And there's plenty of trees, a gazebo, and
Fishing hole.
Gazebo.
yeah. So, but yeah, you find a place, stop the vehicles, and pile out. It's nighttime.
As they're piling out of the S10, as soon as the bear is out, I'll shapeshift into Hamid as I'm dismounting from the dashboard, and then step out with my bag. Near picnic table, sit cross-legged, start eating sardines.
All right.
Been traveling all day.
Okay. So everybody gets out and looking around. You can tell Jack's like, oh, the fumes in that vehicle are
just the Twinkies.
seem to be bothering him, like the exhaust and stuff.
Yeah, we
He's
probably
Not
cough
the
every
girl.
now and then. Just
Not the girl.
oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not comfortable.
Yeah, he's probably got Twinkies up his nose. Like that was horrible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stuffing cream filling.
Yeah.
So
Needless to say, the
basically,
windows were rolled down the entire time.
they open the door and pile out, and like 7 empty Twinkie boxes fall on the ground. A couple bottles,
plastics
a couple
everywhere.
empty bottles of root beer. It's like, oh yeah.
Twinkies and root beer.
Oh,
Hell yeah, breakfast.
Oh, and they're just walking around doing that.
Ah.
Actually, I'm thinking the river is just like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, probably. You're more like, yeah, this is nasty, but you're kind of more affinity to humans than Jack is.
Right.
So he gets out and he's like, okay.
He's still not used to riding vehicles.
Stretching. It's like, you see him like, crack. He gets out and he's like, all right.
Everybody runs for the trees to go pee.
Restroom break.
What they do? Whoops.
Well, and it's bad because
That's
when
what those fumes were.
it's bad because you go pee, and then he runs over and pees, and then you run over and pee, and then pretty soon you come back and pee. It's like
It's an endless cycle. Everybody's just going back to the same place all night
Same
long.
tree.
Over by the swing set, the sand underneath. And
the Jones is like, there's some hippies out there in that park. I don't know what they're doing.
That's funny.
My kid is coated in shit.
Well, I'm gonna go into the Umbra. So.
Okay. So, do you ever announce that?
No.
Okay.
Hey guys,
So
what?
basically, it's like, well, what do we?
He's worse than me.
Yeah.
Much, yeah.
Does anybody else want to go into the Umbra while they're here?
Yes.
Anybody
Sure.
else? Okay.
anybody
I want to see what's going
anyone
on.
announcing that they're doing it?
Well,
I'm gonna
Jack,
go-
when he does it, Jack's like, all right, I'm going to follow him. Anybody else?
I grabbed the mirror and
Yeah, wait. I take out of my pocket a little fuzzy stick thing.
Okay.
Says, like to take along if I could.
Yeah, you guys now have the necklaces. They're like dream catchers, if you remember. So that's your. All you have to do is touch a guru that's going to go into the Umbra, and as long as you stay
Oh, the necklace.
either in contact or within arm's reach,
Mhm.
you should be okay.
Well, this first werewolf that told me about that was this class walker, and he said I always had to touch his genitals. Now I'm mad. It's the only way to go in there. You gotta touch right
Oh, my
Here,
God.
hold this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you crossing into the Umbra, roll your gnosis, and your target number is going to be 4 because you are kind of in the wild, so to speak, and it's a give us moon.
Do I need to roll for mine here?
Somebody's
Yeah,
gonna
you
say
probably
and
should.
mark our stuff. So
You don't have
You
to.
said the target was what?
Target was 4.
What was it again? Gnosis and what?
Just
Well,
gnosis.
I got 7 and 6.
So you're going to stay
Two
behind and watch the
successes.
vehicles?
yeah,
Well, starting now.
Okay.
Cut up some
4.
deer
Oh,
sausage.
well then.
Snack on that.
Cam pulls a deer out of the back.
What were we
Chop,
rolling for?
chop, chop. Just starts
forget
Oh,
to-
shit. What did you roll?
Narcissus.
Like, when did we hit that?
Yeah.
Hanging up at the store.
He opened up, it's like stuff. She's like, what is this?
This is sawdust. Who's made it so far?
What was the...
No, it was
How
just
many do you need?
What
deer
was the...
sausage and that.
Sorry, what was the target?
4. Target number 4. As long as you get 1 success,
Okay.
you're pretty much in the end.
I got 5.
Okay. So, you're going with River.
Mhm.
Okay. Boo Boo, who are you going with?
I guess I'll go with River.
I'm taking all the cats with me.
Yeah.
Call you Josie.
It works. Yeah, it works. So, basically, you into the Umbra Jackson. I'm going to the Umbra. Anybody else?
And poof, everybody goes.
Pretty much, except for Cam. She's going to stay and watch the vehicles. So, probably with Winnebago.
Yeah,
he'll
Winnebago's
stay
just sitting
behind.
there shaking his head.
Like,
He's like, I don't even know
you're
what's going
weird
on.
people.
So, the 2 cats, he's got them on arm in arm. Like, let's go. We're off to see the
Hold my
wizard.
pet cats.
Well, you got your arm around my shoulder.
Winnebago,
Yeah.
me and Winnebago just sit
What part
around
are you in?
insulting each other.
Ah, that sounds about right.
Oh, I'm in that one.
Okay, so carrying one cat, arm around the other one. All right.
Okay. So you guys enter the Umbra. Now, some of you, I've never gotten to describe the Umbras, so here's what it looks like. When you left, you could see street lights, you could see all that good stuff. You could see it's that just after sunset kind of sky look. You know, you hear cars, you can see people at their houses in their yards, that kind of thing. You go to the Umbra, totally different. You saw the gibbous moon way up in the sky, just like we do. When you go to the Umbra, the moon is full all the time. And it's like that picture. It's huge. The Umbra is like a shadowy landscape. So it looks like it's dark. All the trees you see are kind of dark silhouettes of themselves. The street lights, you can kind of see where there's light. But it looks like, well, there's probably a street light right in the parking lot. One of those like we have where it's the old-fashioned street lights.
Mhm.
You see the light, but there's no post or anything, but you see it's standing on a column of sort of billowy glowing spider webs, and up around the light and kind of traveling the webs into the ground are other little glowing spiders. The gazebo ahead of you is not there
Gazebo.
where you parked. The parking lot
Gazebo.
that you are standing on is grass. The people that you see off in their yard, now you see they look like... Best way I can describe it is, remember when Frodo put on the ring, what everybody looked like?
Mhm.
That's what the people look like.
Okay.
Just kind of shadowy reflections. Although you look at the vehicles, they're dark, kind of silhouetted. You can kind of make out details. Up in the engine, there's all these little spiders that it's like you can see through the car. And next to the car, you see Winnebago and Cam. They kind of have that look like the normal humans, but you can make out their colors. And they're basically more vibrant than the other humans because they're shapeshifters and they are connected to the spirit world. The ones that aren't are just shadowies. You also notice in the trees, as you look around, you see tree spirits. And these things are little, like, just imagine looking at a tree at night. Just the dark silhouette. In the heart of the tree, in the middle of the trunk, just about eye level, you see what looks like a small, dressed in what looks like robes made of twigs and leaves. Just imagine an emaciated Yoda. They basically have the small face, the large eyes, the long pointed ears, but they're very gaunt, very thin. Their fingers, they have 3 fingers, and they're very long and stick-like. And they just kind of stand there. And their eyes are black, but the irises are like emerald green, and they glow. But it would, when you shine a light into a cat's eyes, their eyes do that. But if they look, those little green embers just kind of flick to the side, flick back. And they are very small. They're probably, most of them are no bigger than this.
Can you check that connector on the microphone? Yeah. So we're getting static on the live feed. Sorry, go ahead. Just fixing a technical issue.
That's fine. They're no bigger than this, most of them. And they just kind of watch you.
Getting some static on the live feed.
Yeah, it's your connection up there. That's why you got to tweak it.
Oh.
So it's not hard to get up there and mess with it.
I'll do it. Keep taking.
Okay.
Sorry.
You also
Figure it out,
notice
clean it.
some of the rocks nearby, like there's a kind of a large boulder. It has a little red spirit in it, very stocky, and just kind of
Did
crouched.
you hear Rhonda? All this he's describing. This is what you're seeing.
No.
So basically, they're like in the rock is like this little red thing with the pointed ears, and he's just stocky and sitting and looking across, but he looks like he's asleep. The tree spirits are all very watchful. You do notice other spirits around, like little wisps of things. And as you look, you see moon paths. And it's kind of like a part of the ground is lit like moonlight. You don't see a shaft of moonlight, but it's lit. And it leads off to a direction.
Like it's made of moonlight.
Yeah, like the path is actually made of moonlight. There's one that actually goes off toward the water, and there's one that kind of moves off. There's one at least nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah. One wind spirit, and the others you think might be like. One is just a regular nature spirit, and it almost looks like it's crawling on the ground like a rabbit.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, there's a couple others, but they're in the distance. And then, of course, there's weaver spirits around.
Yeah.
So, but as you kind of look around, it is like a very dark landscape, very shadowy, but the full moon is almost like comforting to you. So whenever you go in the Umbra, this is like your other home, and that's Luna. So it's kind of like, this is very nice. And the Umbra is a very peaceful, well, comforting place. It's not peaceful, but... All right.
That's the old one, I think.
So are we back up and running?
I think so.
There it is.
Sorry about that, everybody. We, in trying to fix the audio, I accidentally stopped the live feed because, you know, big screen, big fingers.
It's all Rob's fault.
So as you enter the park and you enter the Umbra and see all this,
Let's call this part 2.
But you got to look around. It is like a very dark landscape.
what do you guys do?
So, yeah.
So static.
So I'm gonna try and talk to the wind spirit.
Okay.
Which one, by chance? Northeast,
Make
west,
sure
south,
connection into the back of the microphones.
Probably west.
west.
Yeah. So as you approach it, it kind of pauses.
I have no idea why I did that at all. Weird.
Number 5. Finally.
Is there anything that you find interesting?
And I find all things interesting as I pass by them.
Thank you for your help.
And it kind of swirls off.
What was this we were talking to? He was talking to?
He was talking to a wind spirit.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. I was too busy trying to fix problems that didn't know what happened.
You're not gonna get no answers out of no wind spirit.
He might. But. So what else? Jack kind of looks around. He's like, well, there's moon paths. We could follow one of these and see if it leads us somewhere, I suppose. That one goes to water. But that one leads off somewhere.
Okay.
Which way? Do you care?
I'd say off that way.
All right.
I don't know if there's anything down by the water, but we could go look at that.
I'll go this way.
All right. You going? We all going the same way?
Unless somebody wants to check out the water. Maybe River could do that.
Okay.
I'll
probably light the pipe.
Well, I gotta take the cats with me because I gotta stay with me. So.
Yeah, you gotta take the cats.
Gotta take the cats to water and throw them in.
Yep.
So you guys walk down to the water. We'll just do that. It's kind of a winding little path, and you can see the water from where you are. You gotta walk down there, and it's like the water is extremely like reflective, like Luna on the waves in the water. And if you were to drop a pebble in there, it would just be like, wow. So, and as you look, it's very reflective. It's almost like the water from Tron.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow. But as you look into it, you almost glimpse, and you know this is kind of a thing when you find bodies of water,
Right.
you almost find
Scrying pools, type thing.
deeper dimensions.
Right.
This is how you get to the near Umbra. This is one of the ways you can get to the near Umbra. You're in the penumbra.
Right.
To get to the near Umbra, or even the dark or deep Umbra, the water is a good way to do it because it's a reflective surface in the Umbra.
Reflective surface, right.
So as you look into it, you kind of get this sense like you could travel.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that's a common thing, so there's nothing
I'm used
unusual
to looking
about
at it
this.
in the Umbra. So.
But you guys, Kylie and Bupu, you guys never really go to the Umbras, so you haven't seen any of this. So this is all like, whoa, what is this? You've never really been here. Because you guys... You can't go to the Umbra, that's why he had to give you these charms. So all this stuff you're seeing is like for the first time. So, and Kylie, is she awake? Okay. So, did you hear the description of the Umbra then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, this is totally new for you guys. This is all, you're seeing this stuff for the first time. Just imagine seeing this and being like, okay. And River starts walking toward the water, and he kind of holds your hands, because you understand now why he who sees the ways is like, stay next to your person or you could get lost. Because you're like, there's a path here and a path here. I don't know what that means. And it's like, if he were to disappear, you don't know where to go. And when he walks down to that, when he walks down to the water's edge, you guys are instantly like, oh, wow. And you can almost sense there's more. And because of your fascination with mysteries and stuff, if he wasn't here, you'd probably go in and they'd never find you. Yeah. They'd have to track you through the deep Umbra. Probably never find your way out if you don't know the Umbra.
I try to scoop up a palmful of
Yeah,
the water.
you can. It's very reflective, and it's almost like dazzling to your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mercury running through your
yeah,
fingers.
like mercury. That's a good example. Mercury running through your fingers, and you almost have to shock yourself out of, like, you know, just especially being cat folk. It's like, ooh, ooh. Ooh, you could probably sit here for half an hour doing
keep hands
that.
on them to make sure they don't lean forward into the river.
Yeah,
So.
you almost, and when you touch the water, you can feel that, like your hand is touching something eternal. Like there's more. You can feel it. You can sense it in your spirit. So now you understand why you need to stay close to whoever took you into the Umbra. It's like, oh, I get it. So. But you got look into the water, it's normal. There's nothing unusual about this. It's just, you would also know that it's a moon path because this is a way to travel.
Right.
So that's probably why this moon path is here.
And I'll explain this to them while they're playing with it.
Yeah, so River explains all this to you. Chiquana, you light your pipe? Okay. As you come back, Chiquana pulls out this pipe. And you can describe the pipe if you get a chance.
It's basically a bone pipe, like one solid bone, but the head is like a bird, and like the beak, but it's all like carved out of one bone of some sorts. And when he lights it, the embers of the eyes light up as well as the pipe it does, and it eludes a great deal of smoke, which immediately rises up and down on the ground like a flowing scarf almost, and then it starts floating away in a direction.
So as you guys walk up, you see this going on, and again, this is to you two. You're like, what is that?
You want to go chase the starf?
Yeah.
You can smoke in here?
Yes.
It's a
Like
no
that.
smoking Umbra.
Yeah, this is a no smoking Umbra.
Like that bar in Mississippi. Wow.
Yeah, we can smoke him. We can smoke in here. So Chiquana, you see him just grab the pipe. The bird eyes light up, the embers of the pipe, and then the smoke just kind of billows down. It kind of goes on the ground, and it kind of follows that moon path, and then you see it divert a little ways off.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moon path goes this way, and it's kind of following that, and then goes off that way towards the residential area.
And didn't Ron Beer go
Is that
down
a
that
good thing?
path?
We were going to, but we're waiting.
Well, the pipe is always a way to follow your path in the Umbra. The bird spirit that guides us and knows what you are seeking and will help guide you. But the spirit can only use the smoke of the Umbra to guide us.
Jack's like, you know, as the crow flies.
As the fish swims.
As
Yeah.
the eagle soars.
So we're going to follow the smoke.
As the sardine sponges.
As the crabs walk.
Ugh.
As the silence begins.
Not a chance, buddy. Well, we should probably let Cam and Winnebago know where we're going.
Oh, yes.
I'll turn to the cats and ask you two, do you want to go or do you want to go back to the real world?
Oh, I'm too curious not to be a good here.
You?
Meow. Meow.
That means yes. No.
Pop. Cat lands on the hood. Bounces off.
I hate that fucking bear. No.
So you're going to... The plan is to follow the moon path through the Umbra, right?
Right.
Okay. Jack looks over at you, Ron Bear, and he's like, you're pretty good at this Umbra thing going in and out, right?
Sure.
Probably better than I am. Do you want to go back and tell Cam and Winnebago where we're headed?
Sure.
Let them know, maybe help them into the Umbra. So you're going to pop back out of the Umbra. So you guys are doing your thing, just glaring at each other surlily over the pickup trucks. And all of a sudden Ron Beer appears.
Yeah, like repairing them with
No.
attitude.
My phone.
Repair this. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna repair that.
So Ron Beer appears.
Hello. Found a moon path to follow in Umbra.
Now I
We're
heard
gonna
it
head
said something
that way.
about static, and I was
Coming
checking
along?
mine to see if it was
It is.
just his or.
Well, we probably
Or
should,
with
huh?
phones or it's something-
Winnebago's
or something.
like, you kids have fun. I'm just gonna.
Try
I'll
a
stay here
different
with the
phone
vehicles.
It's the only thing you can do.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave, but I'll stay here with them.
And use the other cord to see if it works.
Go find your big top, whatever
We'll
you're
worry
doing.
about next week.
I'm wearing my setup and stuff.
So
It's,
Look into a mirror.
I've got unused this
so
one.
roll your gnosis,
And
and maybe target number 4. You need at least 1 success.
that thing. Hold it.
No, mine too.
Either way.
5, 7,
We'll
10,
check and
10.
see next week if it's a phone thing or not.
Maybe.
3, a 2, and a 4.
Yeah, you got 1 success.
Too
So
Oh, it was
you,
4. I thought
yeah,
it was
you look in the mirror and you're like, concentrate. You can do this. And Ron Beer's like, okay, see you there. Boop. You're like, you can do this. I feel it. Bink. You're like, what took you so long? So yeah, you get into the Umbra. KM's there with you. Oh, one thing I should probably say in the Umbra, the way I see it, is you are in your natural form.
Right.
But you can talk just like
A normal
normal.
human. Right?
Yeah, it's like a Disney cartoon.
Mhm.
So
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
even though you're in bear form, you can all communicate like normal. You're in human form, we're in Mita's form, that kind of thing. So in the Umbra, it reflects your true self. But it's like the communication is there.
So
I'm asking you
it
with my
actually
brain.
swapped.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
When you went in, you were in feline, you were in homid.
When you went into
But when
the
you-
Umbra,
in the
it
Umbra,
switched.
You were homid, you were feline.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was actually pawing
I'm
the
probably-
water.
Yeah.
Ask one of the spirits, you know, if there's been anything going on, because I have spirit speech. So
Right. Well, there's the Weaver spirits, there's the tree spirits, there's the stone spirit, and there's the wild spirit.
I'll probably speak with the trees.
Okay.
You know, and ask them, has there been anything odd happening here? Any part of the worm that's been affecting you or anyone of your kindred?
Okay. They say, not here. And then they do that weird ass thing where the one tree looks at the next tree, that tree looks at the next tree, that tree, and they all kind of down the line look off in a direction, and when they do, you hear rustling leaves.
Yeah, it's like this thing where you're doing this.
Yeah. So, yeah, if we're the tree spirits, Rob look at Mike, and then
Yep.
and then he immediately looks. No, Rob would look at Mike. Mike would look at me, and I would look over here. So it's just that. And when they
dominoes,
it's that trees rustling. You hear that noise, and you see, pretty much as far as you can see, all these little spirits, way off in the distance. Their heads just, and then they
point away.
And you notice that they all kind of move toward where your moon path is going.
Mm-hmm.
They say, but not really. It's kind of the general direction, but they're like, nothing of the worm has affected us yet, but there is a presence somewhere.
I just want to say, as soon as KM gets there and sees that nice, big, full, round moon, she's going to howl.
Okay, that's fine.
No! So,
drop the cats. Chip.
All right. So.
It's my moon.
I'll probably wait for the Weaver till we get closer to the actual residence.
Okay. So. All right. So you're gonna follow the moon bridge.
Yeah.
So everybody.
By then, I figured they're all in.
Yeah. So everybody's in the Umbra, and you're all kind of following this smoky path. The smoke is not moonlight like the actual moon path that was leading somewhere. This is more like a glowing smoke, like John Carpenter's The Fog.
Oh, right.
And it's just kind of flowing close to the ground. Mm-hmm. So you guys kind of follow in that.
Yeah, that sounds safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the glowing bird eyes.
Yeah.
Ember the eyes.
So you guys walk for about 20 minutes. And as you kind of come through, you can see the houses. They're all unusual. You notice, for those of you who've never been in the Umbra, the houses are really creepy. Because you see the outline of the house, and you can see Weaver spirits, like bigger ones, traveling up and down like the edges, and that's what holds their form. The bigger spirits that are holding the house together are probably about that big around, the spider body. Mm-hmm. But the bigger houses, and some off in the distance, when you get to the residential area, you see what looks like a strip mall. There is a spider on the strip mall, like a big, like it's the size of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, just imagine
just kind of perched up there,
like Rhonda and you guys' car. That's big of a spider on the building.
Yeah,
just sitting there.
And off in the distance, you see some bigger buildings.
Body,
yeah.
And there's like probably either bigger spiders or two of them up there. Mm-hmm. And then all the spiders are kind of like traveling up to it. Mm-hmm. And you'll notice like the big spider on top has webs that come out from its underbelly and go to different parts in the house where there's Weaver spirits. So like wherever the fuse box is, mm-hmm. there's a big strand of web that comes from the big spider down, and there's a bunch of Weaver spiders that travel back and forth. And then like if there's a refrigerator running, there's a web and spiders for that. So it's kind of like the big spider is kind of the overall holding the house together and running the electronics, and all the little Weaver spirits report to it. So that's how these. So when you're walking around the residential neighborhood, it's like, yeah, there's spiders everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're huge, and they're different colors. Some of them glow, some of them don't. But you can see their eyes are like glowing red, but some of them have electric blue. All their eyes are kind of like a neon color, like it's glowing. And that shows kind of the electricity of the Weaver spirits. So as you kind of move, you can see people like there's somebody walking their dog, and you just see that shadowy person with the shadowy dog on a leash just walking. They kind of walk right towards you. They'll walk right through you.
Right.
You don't exist in the real world right now. But as you see them, you can be like, oh, wow. You can also kind of pick up on auras. Most of the people don't have auras, but you actually come across two people who are having an argument. And there's like two cars that have like bumped. And the Weavers are frantically like, oh, God, what have you done? And the two drivers are kind of talking to each other. And you can tell they have like a red hue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, they're probably a little angry. So you can actually pick up on auras. And as you follow this, you get to a place where it kind of comes down a hill, and there is a very large house, like a 2.5-story house. There are lots of shadows around that, and lots of people around this house, inside the house. And as you kind of look, the auras are very vibrant, very multicolored, blues and yellows, and it's kind of like, it looks like people are in different states. Not very many in red, but there's violet and all this stuff. And you're like, whoa. And you don't know what's going on there, but there are cars parked along the street. There's like 7 cars along the street, 3 in the driveway, 2 in the yard.
Rednecks.
You probably smell like one of the cars has recently started and left. You can actually smell the exhaust is like, oh yeah, a car just left here, and you can just smell it immediately. But you can't really make out what's happening. But you come to this house, and there's a lot of people in there, and you notice that some of them, you can tell they're very active. They're doing things fast.
Is this where the moon path is leading us to this house?
The moon path was not, but his moon path is.
Okay.
His smoke is
It's
leading to this house.
Blowing fog.
Yeah.
And as you get to the house, you notice the fog is actually dissipating and coalescing, like it's not exactly sure where to go yet. But there are tendrils that are kind of reaching out, and maybe kind of some of them are reaching out this way.
What's the is the spider looking confused or
No, the spider actually looks energized. And there's like little spiders. So whatever's going on here, there is a lot of electricity being used in this house. You notice there's a lot of spider activity between this one place in the house where a lot of people are with this like bluish hue and a lot of movement going on. It's like you, without going back into the real world, you don't know what's happening. So now you can peek through the Umbra if you wish. For those of you who don't know, peeking through the Umbra is basically you kind of open a window to reality and you can see what's going on in the real world. The problem is you are totally oblivious to anything that's going on. So if there's like spirits around, you won't see them. If there's a worm or a bane traveling in here and you peek, it could attack you because you're just, when you peek into the Umbra, out of the Umbra, you're like focused.
You're on,
on the
TV
real
marathon.
world, basically. You're boob tubing it. So, but you, unless you peek, you're like, huh, that's odd.
I'm just watching him.
I'll go ahead and peek.
You're gonna go ahead and peek. Okay. So you kind of, I see it as like when you when you peek, I see it like you just kind of wipe your hand in front of you, and it's like wiping the grime off a window.
Yeah.
So you just, and only you can see through it. You see a very large house, and you can hear that thump, 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 thump. There are tons of people here, and they're all young, like teenagers. And they're like dancing, and there's people out on the yard drinking, and they all look like they're probably like 17, 18, so it's not like a bunch of 10-year-olds are,
Yeah.
let's buy booze.
10-year-old party.
It's like a high school party.
Yeah.
And it's huge. There's probably like 40, 50 people here. And you hear the music thumping from the inside and all that stuff. And you hear shouting and laughing. And you're just like, okay. So, and as you look around, you don't really see anything else. Although you do see one of the houses. The neighbors are a little farther apart than most residential areas.
Mm-hmm.
You see lights coming on, stuff like that. But it's 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, so it's not like they're waking the neighborhood up per se, but
Yeah.
yet. So anyway, you see that. And it looks like the cars are various looking cars. You probably really don't know. It's like, okay, there's a lot of vehicles here. But
So I step back from that, and it looks like they're having a party.
Do you think we should be invited?
Jack looks at you and goes, I don't think it's our type of party. But we could say hi.
We might as well say hi.
Maybe we should not. So
River's like,
they're talking about crashing the party.
no, path, smoke,
The smoke ends here.
path.
You see tendrils of smoke kind of reaching out like it's looking for where to go next.
Oh, I didn't realize we were following smoke. Sorry. I thought we were
It's a
following
pipe.
path.
It is.
I thought you were just smoking.
No. No, the
Is it the
pipe.
good stuff?
The pipe is the good stuff. It shows you
Oh,
where to
no
go.
wonder we're wandering around like crazy people.
No, we are crazy.
And Jack's like, well, do we stay in the Umbra or do we go out of the Umbra or do we ask around? There are trees in the yard, so there's tree spirits all over.
Yeah.
Weaver spirits everywhere.
Maybe you should ask a tree spirit.
To ask this tree, I will talk to the weaver.
And I will hold the kitties.
Okay. Did you tell Jack go ask the tree?
Well, I
Yeah.
kind of said it to anybody. But
Okay.
yeah.
I'll do it.
Good. I'm not, I don't talk
Hey,
to him.
tree!
Yeah, you go, yo, knock, knock, knock. Don't knock on the glass. I hate that.
Why you mess with me?
He's sitting there just idly carving his name into the.
Ow. Ow. Okay. So you're going to go up to the Weaver Spirit and you're going to go to the Tree Spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Weaver Spirit is pretty much right there. There's some in the car. There's some in the light post next to you. There's some up at the house. Well, tons up at the house.
Yeah.
And the nearest Tree Spirit is probably like 6 feet away.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably go up to the house, I guess.
okay, so you're going to walk up to the house.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to walk over to the Tree Spirit. Okay. You guys staying where you are and let them do their thing, or are you going to follow one
I'll
of them?
follow him.
You're going to follow him?
Mhm.
Jack's going to follow you because you're going to the house, and he's like, I want to see what's going on up there. You were talking about crashing a party.
Crashing
We
party.
could crash him
Yeah,
from
I'm
the inside. What?
What are you doing in my house?
Freeze, please.
Junior!
Yeah, freeze, please. Okay, so you guys are going up to the house. You guys are going to the tree. Over at the tree. Tree Spirit kind of just looks up at all of you as you approach. Just cocks its head.
I'm kidding.
One long twig-like finger. Okay, so you walk up. It just kind of looks at you, expectantly, as expectantly as it can be.
So, how are you feeling tonight?
Refreshed. The wind has passed.
I feel refreshed after passing one.
Do we need to find
Well, he
you a
did
cork?
say.
No, I'm not a Putin bear.
A Putin bear.
Well, the wind did say that he was leaving. So,
Hmm.
have you noticed anything unusual here, other than this party that's going on?
We could sense something.
And what might that be?
Kind of thinks, looks, and around the yard, they'll looks back at him. He says, conflict within a spirit. Feelings, I suppose you would call them.
Nothing more than feeling.
But they are gone now, very recently. they have left this place.
Let's go chase that car.
Thank you for your help. Alright. Bow to it. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. We have Umbra Affinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, you don't even have to thank them. They're just, it's what they do.
Right.
But
I'm
thanks.
nice about it.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, if you show respect to the spirits, they
Right.
are likely to help you more.
Exactly.
Like this.
So you find that out.
Yeah. That's not respectful.
Roll your perception and alertness.
Ooh.
Target number. Anybody looking at this tree spirit? I would say target number of 6.
I think you should branch out into new ideas.
Leaf it to the tree.
Oh my. What was the
6?
6?
Yeah. I'm not going to be mean because the tree spirit's bark is worse than its bite.
That's right.
Unlike
Well,
a werewolf.
I think what happened here is you guys got to the root of the problem.
7. 7.
7?
3.
Okay, 3. Okay. Basically, as it says, this conflicting spirit has left.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that all the trees, their eyes flick to like the north. Like if you're looking at the tree, it's to your right. They just kind of, they all kind of flick their eyes that way.
Okay.
And as you kind of like thank them and turn around, you see the smoke that you've been following. Those tendrils kind of start to solidify and start moving that way, like it finally picked up what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Over at the house. So you walk up, there's Weaver spirits in the porch lights. You see several humanoid figures with spiders in their hand. or like this, and they're holding a ghastly going green spider to their ear.
Yeah.
And as they do, you notice that the spider's up by their head and their face is like covered in webs, and the spider's legs are almost like not digging in but kind of resting, like it's almost like hugging their head.
Yeah.
And the ones that have it in their hand, it's like it's webbed to their hand. And you notice some of them have the webs that go down their arm and are kind of like moving up their shoulder. And it's like, okay, that person is on their phone all the time. So that's how you can tell. But the Weaver spirits, everybody's, and just like everybody has a spider in their hand or to their head or crawling on their back pocket. Everybody. You find like 2 that don't have spiders on them.
But there's spiders in their car.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the sleeping spider in the glove box. But yeah, there's Weaver spirits everywhere. And yeah, what you could tell is that one there's like a bunch of spiders that are pulsing with light, and that's the radio, the stereo system they have going. So, and the webs connect to speakers that are bigger spiders and all that stuff. So, which Weaver spirit do you want to talk to?
Probably just the main one. That would probably be good.
The main one on the house? Yeah. Okay. So, you can try and get its attention, or you can climb the house, you can climb a tree and get up there and like wave at it or whatever. You have to get its attention.
Well, I'll probably tell one of the spirits. This is, I need to speak with the central processing unit of this establishment. Because I've talked to him before.
Yeah.
So.
If you go up to one of the phones,
well, it'd be the house.
Yeah, because they're like, I'm just visiting. You know.
His face looks like a meme.
They'd probably look at you, Wi-Fi. But you go
there's like a spider just spitting web out everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. So you go up to the house and you can probably...
There's one guy real close, like covered, like 5G.
You find what looks like a porch light, and you can tell that. You know, I need to speak to the central processing unit.
Yeah.
And it kind of, you know, almost like its maw opens like that spider. Yeah. And like a bunch of little spiders come out and crawl up the web to the house.
So
Jack's
disturbing.
like, okay, That's freaky. I don't know why you talk to these things. That's messed up.
They're interesting.
So Tyler maybe said basically it's all good, worth it for the gameplay. Plus, I like supporting y'all by being a viewer. Maybe more people will join in and watch and give you a good crowd. And then after him, a person named Armstrong Heyman said, "Hello,
Hello.
Really enjoyed the program."
Oh, good.
Thank
Well, I'm
you.
glad you guys are enjoying it if you're still watching.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tyler. Thanks, Armstrong.
Sorry for the static. We'll work on
So,
that.
sorry for having a part 2, unfortunately.
Yeah. So anyway, after a few minutes, you see the big one on the house, and its whole head just kind of shifts down.
Yeah.
And when it looks, just imagine like the security lights on a porch swivel, and 8 of them just go, and you are kind of like in a spotlight
Yeah.
right now as it looks at you.
To people in porch lights. What's up with the light, man?
Yeah.
Something's going
He
on,
takes
kid.
porch lights.
Oh, another thing is, if you would have went up to one of the phones,
Yeah.
they would have went Wi-Fi. And they went, hey, I lost my connection for a second. Hold on. So you can disrupt stuff in the internet. In the
Well, I
Umbra.
have the.
Yeah, he has it.
Yeah.
I have that too.
But anyway, yeah, it swivels down and looks at you. Jack immediately backs out of the spotlight, like, "Ooh, I didn't, you're interesting. Don't eat me. Don't eat me." He's like, I don't even know what that is. I don't like spiders. Okay.
All right.
So he looks at you,
It's like
or it.
so hard to talk to these things. I go,
Boogie boogie. You any good?
is there disruption here? Or something that is disrupting the Weaver?
Oh wow.
All is functioning in optimal levels. There was a spirit here that was treated as cautionary, problematic, systematic overload. The presence has left this premises.
Was the spirit worm?
Negative.
Was the presence us?
Negative.
Can you define the presence of entity?
Pop-Tart.
Pupil stage.
Skittles.
Possibly larva. Not fully developed. But soon.
Of this apparatus or other? I can look at the other ones too.
Similar to your operating system.
Excellent. Is there any processes needing recovery or repair here at this facility?
We are operating at optimal levels.
I feel like this should be KM because she's the one that repairs things.
Yeah.
Well, if you listen to him, you're like,
I have one in repair, so I learned it. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it's very similar to how you read technical manuals.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you could probably talk to Weaver.
Ben just posted. He's watching on a large screen television.
Wow.
Oh, he wants the naked party to happen.
Strip werewolf!
Anybody who rolls a 1, take off an item of clothing.
Oh,
No.
ones.
Hey.
I quit rolling.
I looked out.
17 ones! I am screwed!
I can't take off any more clothes. Give me something to put on.
The
and
cool
take off.
thing is I've got my game screen, so you couldn't see anything.
Has the nipples.
Okay.
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
And the TV was turned off.
Yeah, click. Oh my god.
So anyway,
Yep.
so yeah, it says operating at optimal levels and no assistance required.
Excellent. Maintain facilities. We'll investigate larva puto stage. Proceed.
System operating. It almost has this like,
No shit.
you can't tell me what to do.
No, I say this. I meant this unit.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it says affirmative. remove self before defense protocols are enacted.
Defense facilities are not required. This unit is passive.
I'm gonna grab it. Let's go.
Yeah. It says, yeah, as she pulls you away, it's like, presence is lowering operating efficiency. Basically, you're taking its time from doing its job. Yeah. So it's like, no, I don't care if you're passive. We're about to go out medieval on your ass. So basically, you can disengage from the spider. And as you guys kind of back away and see the rest of the group, you notice your smoke is doing that coalescing and kind of moving off in the direction that
River will say, I think your smoke is moving on.
And I think, speaking with the Weaver, did you learn anything from the tree?
Yes. How to play chess.
Really?
No. Which means absolutely nothing.
Really?
There was a.
They just pointed the way that your smoke is going.
There was a disturbance here some time ago. The disturbing.
Oh yeah, that
element has departed.
As said the Weaver.
River has so pointed out.
Well,
Jack holds his hand up to River and says, "Just let the Jedi talk. Just let them do their thing."
According to the Weaver, the larvae has left. I believe, it is not worm, but I believe with our dreams, it is saying that one of our kind is becoming aware. This is a party of young and youth. It's time for the change. The full moon is tonight.
Would that be the smell of the car we smell coming in?
So you're saying it's like a lost cub?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
We better hurry.
Do we get to chase a car now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Jack's like, get my tennis shoes on.
Get the tire cam.
It's like that crack.
Yeah.
If you catch it,
I pull out a pistol.
Yeah.
What do I do with it? What do I do with it?
I got it. I got it. I got it.
You bring
I
it
don't
back
know
to
what
me.
to do with it if I got one.
It's like that classic Far Side cartoon with the car over on its hood on the roof and the dog standing on top of it like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
I got one. I got one.
All right. Well,
Like
Jack's like, so get the car?
Yeah. Exit stage left. Ooh, like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Should one of us stay in the Umbra to follow the path to smoke?
Well, yes, I will have to.
So these two stay in the Umbra?
Yeah,
And get in the car and travel with us?
I'm with you, so.
Well, I'll be getting out of it.
Oh. Well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving, I guess.
To help on the real world stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
The only way you could stay in the Umbra, just so you guys know and you can sense this, you would have to leave the Umbra with them. One of you guys would have to leave the Umbra and then bring them back in with you.
Yeah.
Because you're the new anchor.
I'm leaving the Umbra.
So.
But these two have the tracking capabilities in the Umbra to find where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So, how can they communicate between the two?
Here's how that works in the Umbra. If we're going to go out of the Umbra and chase the car in whatever form we decide to, we can run. You guys could basically peek in the Umbra and kind of watch us. And as you focus on us, your spiritual essences will keep pace. So it's kind of like, open up the Umbra, stare at him. And now I'm like, you're hovering over me. Mm-hmm. The only thing is, again, you're focused on what we're doing. You won't see the rest of the Umbra. Now, you'll be able to follow the smoke because it's in your line of sight. But if
it's
anything
like
comes
we're carrying
up
a balloon.
No, I get that. But
Okay.
if we're doing that, say one of us is focused on Jack, let's say,
right,
and the rest of the other guys are in the Umbra, if they're focused on you and something happens, wouldn't they see something happening to the person that's focusing in the Umbra if they're not focusing also?
If anybody else is not peeking can see stuff going on around you.
No, I mean if, like he was saying, if when you're peeking, you're so focused, something could happen to you, like a spirit come in and attack you, whatever.
right.
If you're in the Umbra watching the person who's peeking, and they get attacked, can you see that? As if you're
Yeah, you would. Oh, so you're not peeking.
Right.
So if these guys if one of these guys latches onto Jack or Cam or Boo Poo, they will be. Others, well, the only problem is
we don't travel with the one that's peeking.
right. You would have to try and keep up in the Umbra.
Okay.
Whereas they just kind of like a balloon on a string. So if Jack takes off, they will just follow along. You're like, oh shit, and if
That's
you
why
encounter something and have to deal with it, and they move on,
Yeah, that's
you
why
could
I think
lose
it's
them.
probably
So that's
easier
the
to
only
be
bad
out of the
thing.
Umbra and helping you guys chase.
So it's kind of up to you guys
keep
whether you want to
following the
stay in the
smoke.
Umbra.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, can we sit in the car in the Umbra?
Well, somebody said car. Jack's like, what car? I'm running.
Sure. Oh,
It's
okay.
faster.
Very well. Okay.
And I can avoid cops. I've done that before.
What you gonna do?
So the most
So who's staying in the Umbra?
I'm
the way to
sitting
not
in- I'm
get
sitting
noticed the
with you.
most is to be like a big
Well,
dog.
if everybody
Yeah,
comes
and
stays
this
in,
is
then
the
we can
fastest
all
one.
run.
Well, there's the other question. If I'm peeking and they're not, and I have to keep them with me,
We're just hanging on to you.
yeah, but does that work?
Yeah, as long as they're in contact with you, if you peek and latch on, and they're touching you, they're going to go along.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll stay
Sorry
in.
about the claws.
And I
It's
just,
all right.
I'll just keep
But when you peek,
monitoring
they
what's
are
around
automatically
us in
like
the Umbra.
peeking
They're
too.
peeking too. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
because they're
They
tied
can't
to
help
you.
it. Right.
So they can't watch what's going on around them.
Right.
Yeah.
These two could. That's what I thought you meant.
So you two are in the real world.
We go to
We
the real
jumped out,
world,
yeah.
and we are going to shift to Lupus
Right. And I'm going to.
because we can run a lot faster
Yeah.
and on the tree, under the trees and stuff. So it's not like we're going to be cops aren't going to try and pull us over if we pass one, and we can go a lot quicker because we're smaller. Lupus, I think, is probably the fastest form anyway. Krynos might be, but you draw a lot of attention crashing through trees and stuff. So
That's like two Krynos run through the party of high school kids and
Yeah.
they all go, ah!
Okay.
it's okay, we're cops. Just run on.
It'd be like this. So like, okay, who brought the cougar?
Who brought the dog?
Who brought the dog?
One of them, two guys look at their red cups, pour them out. Like, I'm done.
There's like the party and the big glass
You missed
walls.
the
He's like,
best
oh,
line.
help, help.
Did somebody bring a bear?
Somebody brought a cougar to a party and went loose. Okay,
Who does your taxes?
wrong game. All right, so basically, Jack and Cam are going to exit the Umbra and shift to Lupus. Is everybody else staying in the Umbra?
We
Yes.
need to roll for that since
Staying
we're.
with him.
No, unless it's like
And
tense.
I'm gonna focus on Jack.
So you're gonna focus
Pick on
on
Jack.
Jack. You guys are staying in the Umbra with him,
You'll be peeking on Jack.
and you
also.
guys are staying in the Umbra as well. Okay, are you gonna peek with somebody, or are you gonna just?
Well, I need
kinda
to be
keep
there
up?
with the.
You guys don't have
Right.
a choice. If I peek, you're
Right.
peeking.
Well, you
So-
can still peek, and the pipe will still do its thing.
But how are they gonna know where to go?
We're sniffing out that car.
Yeah, they got the set of the car in the
Yeah,
Umbra.
they've
so-
already
Okay.
smelled the exhaust, so it's like, oh.
So if I don't peek, but I could keep up, do you think as Lupus in the Umbra or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably could. It's just if you get sidetracked by a spirit or something.
Well, the thing is, I'll have to
Troll.
just to make sure these guys
Yeah.
are safe.
So,
So
yeah, that's fine. How about you? Are you gonna do the same thing he's doing?
Mhm.
Okay. So in the Umbra, you can shift in the Umbra.
Wrap
It's
ropes.
just you kind of basically appear as your normal self.
Actually, I'd probably shift to, was it Glabro?
Gladro?
Or no, Hispo.
yeah.
Oh
just
yeah,
bow.
the big
Yeah.
direwolf.
Yeah.
That'd
Okay.
be even
Me
quicker.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Okay.
Yep. It's a good idea.
All right.
Bears are fast but not agile.
Okay. So basically, we shift to Lupus. So there is one of those Mexican hairless dogs that's like albino,
Mhm.
and this.
You know that one that won the ugliest dog contest that 1 year? That's me.
Yeah.
but bigger.
Yeah.
But bigger.
There's a hairless,
It was a Chinese
dog.
crested.
and then next to that is like this auburn-colored wolf with a tail that's like 4 feet long. And it's all ripped up. It looks like a junkyard dog, and basically they start tearing off down the road, on the sides of the
I
road.
am peeking on Jack.
Okay, so in
Get
the
to
Umbra.
party, you're like,
I am peeing
what
on
the hell
Jack.
was that?
Oh, you're peeing on
I'm peeing on Jack.
Okay,
I'm peeking on Jack. Sorry.
he's like, that's fine. I'm peeing myself. I'm sky.
We're all pissing on Jack. It's crazy. It's just a weird fetish.
So basically, you three are kind of in the Umbra, and just imagine you're just kind of like at a TV,
Yeah, doing the little racing.
Are you two peeking also, or not?
No.
You're like
I'm the
doing,
only one peeking, and they're following.
Yep.
yeah, but the cats are peeking with,
With-
you.
with
So
me, yeah.
basically, you guys are playing Mario Kart.
Click.
Yeah, basically.
It's me!
It's a Mario.
It's a Goblo! It's a me! It's a Goblo!
All right. So basically, you're following Jack. So you're kind of seeing over his shoulders and over his head, and it's weird because you're not used to being in that form. Like you are like, oh, he's so small.
Yeah.
But fast.
I wanna
You
touch
guys are like, wow, they are really fast in their lupus form. I mean, felines are quick, but you're more agile. These guys are like,
You hear us.
Express
Whoa!
train. Sonic.
yeah. Jack's like, watch this, I can do a somersault.
Oh, the bear puked all over the cats.
Oh, I'm covered in Twinkie. What is
It's my foam filling! Oh! You shoot you around, you're like, you feel weird?
Yeah. Jack's like, I feel like somebody's puking on me. What is this?
You smell bile and Twinkie.
I feel like a theater floor. I don't know what's going on.
Bile.
That's the name of this episode.
That's a
Violent
big-
Sickly
Twinkies.
sweet smell.
Yeah, that's a
Sickeningly
big Twinkie.
sweet, yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so, and you guys are in Hispo, kind of following in the Umbra.
Mhm.
So, okay. Basically, you guys are going to travel on, run. It's going to be like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, I'm so
And
sorry.
you kind of follow this, and it goes to like a country road, like a 2-lane road out in the country.
Take me home.
And as you kind of catch up, you can see this car parked
Yeah.
on a side road, and inside the car, you see,
Pudding.
no, well,
Now it's pudding.
sort of.
It looks like it.
You
It
see
doesn't
a shadowy
smell like
figure kind of doing this, and then it slumps down. Attacking this shadowy creature is a guru, a very young looking guru. And it basically looks like the guru has just ripped the human's throat out, and you
Ooh.
see that vibrant flash of like scarlet life force just splash all over the inside of the car. And basically it rips, and it's kind of like shaking its head. Immediately, kind of like as you're probably like, I don't know, about 150 yards from it, you see the guru back up out of the door, like almost busts the door open, howls, and leaps over the car and starts running into the woods away from you.
Only thing is on my mind is get him, Jack.
So, yeah, we see that. Yeah, Jack's like, ooh, chase. So he's going to chase after
Yeah,
the guru.
now it smells like blood. So.
Yeah. Are you going to go chase after the guru too, or are you going to go to the car? Oh, actually, yes. You need to
Say
make
it's a
frenzy
rage
rolls
thing.
because
Yeah.
there's been bloodletting, and they're like, he might stop and be like, I'll take care of his throat hole.
Bad dog. I got like.
Bad dog.
Bad
Get
dog.
the hold up newspaper. Stop it. Bad
No,
dog.
I've got like this giant tree log, rolled up log, it's like about 8 feet. Bad dog!
Dennis, I don't think you need to.
Yes,
That
beat me.
Physical.
Yeah. We're locked in
Okay,
sight
what
right
am
now.
I rolling? My willpower? What?
Which will be really odd if he starts his finish
Rage
with the thing like,
difficulty of 5.
okay, back out, back out.
So rage.
My
Take
rage.
care of his neck hole.
Okay. It's like, yeah, you didn't tell me this was an XXX theater.
Rated R gaming review.
You're about to have one hell of a peep show.
Oh, boy.
4.
Okay, 4.
Four
I was
successes.
talking to the live feed.
You're okay, but you're
Yeah,
real
I hope
close.
that
But
everyone
you didn't
knows that
frenzy.
18 involved.
So you're like,
Oh, we haven't done
Yeah.
anything that's
So you can
Bad
choose
idea.
to go to the car or
Just
follow
our
the group.
language in general is.
They hear worse than that watching
Well,
YouTube
yeah.
videos.
I don't think
I'm
there's any
sure.
life in that one.
Right, and you know that the way you were talking about the Lost Cub, that's probably the Lost Cub.
Mhm.
So you're going to chase after...
Chase the cup.
Okay, so you're going to chase after the guru. So you leap over the hood as you get up there. Jack is like, I I gotta stop for a minute. He leaps,
Focus on her.
Oh, Jack.
he leaps into the
Good.
car and basically starts mauling the body.
I
and
stopped before that.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm like,
okay, there are children present. We're cutting that off.
right.
Yeah.
Can I re-peek again on her then?
Yeah, as she leaps over, you're like, ooh, so you can peek on
Yeah.
her and
Yeah.
peek on.
Whoop.
Yeah,
I-
Cover the cat's
can I
eyes and
get
jump.
out?
you can leave the Umbra.
All right. Or can I get in there? And can I force him out of it in there?
You may have to fight him
Yeah,
unless you can calm him down.
Okay.
So you're gonna jump out of the Umbra
Yeah.
and try and stop Jack.
Yep.
What are you gonna
Because this is a PG show, so.
do?
Probably go. Was the Cub in Krynos?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably shift to Krynos and try and catch up.
Okay. In the Umbra, or are you gonna
In
jump?
the Umbra.
Okay. All right. Good. And you are going to peek
Peek
on
on
Cam
her.
and follow her. Are you staying in Lupus, or are you gonna shift to?
Yeah, no,
Krynos?
right now I'm staying in Lupus.
Okay. So yeah, you'll probably you guys will get up there about the same time. Cats, you are peeking with him, and you're like,
Right.
you see Jack snarl, and you can kind of feel what he's feeling, and it's like, what is that? Yeah,
That's when I
he's
go,
like,
"Oof."
he's suddenly
And I
launched like
focused,
he's in
re-swiped him
heat,
to her.
I'm sorry,
and he
you do
jumps into the car.
We were focused on Jack.
don't
Just
don't
before-
look. Don't look.
Just before he starts doing what he's doing in the car, we unfocused from Jack, so we're in the Umbra,
Yeah.
and you're able to, and then we refocused again on her. So you had a brief second of, what the what?
And
It was like
just-
it changed channels.
Did we actually see the splatter in the
Yes,
car?
we saw
Yes.
everything he explained.
In the Umbra,
In
you
the
saw
Umbra,
that
saw it,
that
yeah.
image.
Okay. With my knowledge for my licked wounds, would I know whether there's any conceivable way I can use that to save this person, or are they gone?
They're gone. Their
Okay.
throat has been ripped
All right.
out. So
You
And
can give
if
him a
it's
new
not
throat.
gone, they'll wish they were.
yeah.
In a moment.
So yeah, as you're like, ooh, this show's getting good. This is like the juicy. Hey, you change the channel.
Yep.
And basically, that's what you said. So okay, yeah,
I don't want to
basically,
watch that show.
just so
called
you
Deep
know,
Throat.
Metis, when they go into a frenzy, suffer the defiler worm. So he's probably going to do some nasty things to this body. But as he's like, oh yeah, you show up like, now Jack, what did we say about?
Yeah, necrophilia.
He rolls on the ground. Don't neuter me. Don't neuter me. Okay, so you're gonna jump out of the Umbra and
Yeah.
deal with Jack.
Yep.
You guys are gonna chase the Lost Cub. Let's go ahead.
Tap him on the nose.
Yeah, don't rub his nose in it.
Oh yeah!
See what you've done? See what you've done?
See what I'm about to do?
Yeah!
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
How have I gotten him out of before? It's been so long.
I don't.
I don't know
remember.
if you ever. I know
Yeah.
how I got him out of it before, but you don't want that option.
Right.
Stick a finger in
Right.
something
yeah.
and wiggle.
Yeah.
I would
Get
let
it
you
over and done with it.
Because I have my persuasion.
Manipulation and as persuasion.
Get in
and
there
gift.
quick so it's over with.
Charisma and subterfuge.
Okay, you can use your gift persuasion, or you can just use manipulation. And if you have,
Hockey puck.
actually, you can use your gift, or you can use manipulation and primal urge to get him to stop. Because that's basically
That's
you
better.
asserting the dominance, like growling at him, and your primal urge to try and exert control.
Hey,
and become the
hey,
alpha.
come back later.
Sloppy seconds.
What do I got to get? Is it opposed?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be opposed.
Hey, I'll give him a minute. Okay. Hey. Oh, really? Oh, come on.
We got stuff to do.
Oh, jeez. I mean, they're not gonna have open casket now. Oh my goodness.
Okay, what'd you get?
3. Or what I gotta be?
Target number is 6 for an opposed roll.
Okay, I got 2.
He got none.
Oh.
He had 2 successes and 2
Really?
ones. So basically, he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't even have to pull the pants down. They're already off." And you're like, "Now, Jack." And he's like,
Come on. Hey, come on. Worm, get fight.
Worm.
Not
Oh, not that
worm. I tap it with the
Hit him with the bread. Bad.
Smack him in the worm.
Bad.
Not yours.
That'll make him more excited. Quit it.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to spend a willpower point and stop his frenzy. Because, when when you stopped him and said something and he turned, he was like frothing at the mouth. His eyes were like really wide. And you thought for a second when he looked at you, you were like,
Getting ready to
You're
blow out your
next.
rape whistle.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh crap, what was the safe word? I mean, he looks at you like, you want to go? And you're like,
No.
wait, and thankfully you made it. And
Yeah.
he's like, he kind of stomps, calms down, looks in the car and looks away, and you see him calm down and be like, right. And he's still in Krynos form, jumps over the car, thank
Smacks
God,
his
because he
wiener
would
on the
probably
hood.
step on them. And he starts taking off.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you did avert
Leaves a
that.
dent in
And
the
I am
fender.
going to give you
Oh, God damn.
1 experience point right now for actually stopping an Arun Midas Getafenri from giving in to his primal urges.
Good job.
Yes.
Yay!
Because otherwise he would have been...
I was gonna let him.
Cam's like, take photos!
For later.
Yeah, we show up a little later, 5 minutes later, and like Shaquan's walking funny. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you don't do that. Don't interrupt me.
And it's, I mean, you're wearing those jeans. Come on.
You're begging for it.
Is this the bone armor?
You're gifted to. I don't have a choice. Like a ball gag and leather pants. Come on.
Well then.
The assless
Like,
chaps is
I'm
really
going to carry
wrong.
those for my next victim.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you guys can take off after the Lost Cub. All right, you guys. The Lost Cub, you can see it running up ahead. It's basically got like long, darker hair, kind of a mane, and as it goes down to like the lower torso and the legs, it turns to very kind of a sandy brown, almost kind of like a dark timber wolf kind of look. I mean, it's got a little gray to it, but it's more brown.
So is
And
it
then
in
up here
lupus
it's all
or
black. It's in Krynos.
It's in Krynos.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in
yeah, sorry.
Krynos. And it's kind of running, and it's dropping to all fours, like the Krynos, so you guys are having to keep up. It's pretty quick, but it doesn't seem overly fast, and it actually seems like it's kind of stumbling a little bit. And, you know, every once in a while it'll misstep and kind of stumble and start running again, so you're catching up to it.
Can I drop out of the Umbra while this is going on?
Yeah.
And
You can exit the Umbra anytime you want, basically.
can I communicate with these two while we're watching? Or
In the
peeking?
Umbra?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like normal. No matter what form you're in.
I'm going to jump out of the Umbra. Prepare to run.
All right.
Land on our feet and go.
Pretty much.
And
Easy for you
As
guys.
soon as I know they're set, I'll pop out.
Pop out of the Umbra.
As they do that, I'm changing to Krynos.
Okay.
It's like ping pong balls.
Or the Krynos or the Werewolf the
Actually, Krynos for you guys probably be faster because the legs are a lot longer. It's just the lupus, if you're trying to run through terrain, lupus or feline is better because you can avoid, you know, you don't have to trip over branches, you just go under them. But like if you're chasing another Krynos, yeah, Krynos might be best because your legs are longer.
Right.
And you guys, being Bastet, probably going to be a little quicker.
Right.
Last thing I say before I pop out, I go, you guys.
In that form, you'll be quicker than the wolves because of your agility. It's just like you watch a dog chase a cat.
Dexterous wise, Chatro is faster because it's a +4 compared to +3 on Krynos.
Yeah, but the Krynos has the longer legs. They're bipedal and can go 4 legs. So
Krynos,
yeah. And the Dex is mainly for jumping and stuff like that.
Right before I pop us out of the Umbra, I say to both of you, catch the puppy. Pop.
Yeah, puppy chase.
So basically, Cam and Ronbeer are like running in Krynos after this thing, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, I switched to Krynos.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes a bear, and are you both in the Krynos form? Okay, so
Yeah,
here
Rhonda.
comes a bear and 2 werecats running, and then behind that is basically, are you in Krynos form?
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
right with you.
So behind them is this big black jackal-looking thing and a big red dog, and the cub is kind of running, and as it stumbles, it kind of glances, and it basically like tumbles on its back, falls in the grass, rolls, gets up on all fours, and just snarls and howls, and it's like you can see just fear and panic in this thing's eyes. So it's kind of like, I gotta get out of here, I gotta get out. Holy shit! And it's like, these things are all chasing me. What? So it basically stumbles, rolls, lands on all fours facing you guys, howls, and then just snarls. But you can almost tell there's like tears in its eyes, and its eyes are panicked. I mean, totally panicked, and still in Krynos form. So it's kind of waiting to see what's going to go on. And it's like, if this is the way I die, I guess it's the way I die.
As we catch up, I'm switching to Hobbit form.
Okay. So Cam and Ronbeer, you're going to get to it first. So what are you doing?
Well, since I was still in the Umbra,
Oh, yeah, you never jumped out of the Umbra.
Yeah,
So
I
you're in
did
the
not.
Umbra, so she doesn't see you.
I'm actually going to come out, since she stopped, come out like right behind it, and use my falling touch gift.
Okay. Yes, and you do notice this is female. So, but very slender female.
Falling touch.
Falling touch.
Falling touch. What is that?
Basically,
It's like an 80s theme song.
basically it's a gift that
You've got
allows
the
me
touch.
to, when I touch somebody, they are stunned, fall down.
Anastasia
Oh.
Cook joined the chat and she said, "You're all just too hilarious. Miss the days of playing role-playing games."
Hi, Anastasia.
Join us!
Join us. Bring out the dice.
And
Bring
you're-
the dice cookies.
You were just in time for the awesome
And apple
80s Transformers
cookies.
reference there. Okay.
At
So
least
you
I think
reach out.
that's what it is, right?
Yeah, the falling touch.
Yeah.
Do you have it? What you need to do, or I can look it up real quick.
Go ahead and look it up real quick. I don't have it off right-handed.
I'm gonna shift to Bjorn shape, which is the
Dire
next
bear.
step up to the.
Bajoran?
Not the. It's not the middle Krynos.
It's
It's
not the
between
the
bear
weird
and the
nose.
Krynos.
Yeah.
And like the
Kind
ear
Kind
loop.
of like the Hispo bear.
Right. And walk up to it. Start walking towards it. I mean.
Does
Okay.
she look? She has like
Calmly?
broad shoulders. Looks Kardashian.
Oh, well, yeah. Once she stops, I'll just stop.
I'm
I'm not changing. I'm saying Krynos.
producing
Okay.
all
She's
signs
dangerous,
of
but I'm kind of.
trying to be calm.
Mm-hmm.
So ears back,
Okay.
kind of slouched little
So you're gonna show
wingers out.
panic sympathy for it.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. Good. Okay.
Throw my nipples.
Awesome.
Where is it?
You trying to tune in, tuck in?
No, just having fun.
Yeah, Tokyo. That's like the Russian bear, though. Oh, come in, Tokyo.
In Russia.
Yes, in Russia. You're right next door. Come on.
In Russia, you don't do nipples. Nipples do you?
All right.
You're my comrade, huh? Your comrade. You rubbed him.
Oh, this is
Wade,
horrible.
was that based on your auspice? Do you remember?
I don't remember if it was. It might have been tribe.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or a number of potatoes in his pocket.
The number of potatoes.
Yes, I have 3.
Oh, woman, gotta stand up.
Get on up there.
Okay.
My spine.
My hip.
My hip. My brain.
I'm gonna start singing a song.
It's in the book there.
Thank you.
I have my.
Well, he's looking at a rule. Don't forget, guys, on our TikTok, we're trying to get to 250 followers, and we're going to give away a set of dice that was hooked around Steve's neck there. It's Steve's dice. You're going to win Steve's dice. And
He has barely used it.
he's using them a little bit, but he mostly chews on them because he's a dinosaur.
I don't think it's bored.
But if we get to 250 on our YouTube page of subscribers, then we're going to give away Dennis. Right.
Dennis.
So if you have TikTok, head over there, follow us, or keep an eye on us, and we're trying to get some stuff done with our TikTok, by the way. TikTok's kind of under construction right now. We haven't posted a lot of game-related stuff other than alerts to let you know we're doing our live feed on Facebook. But we do have a link tree now. If you're looking at different things we have all kinds of different media and whatnot. But unfortunately, TikTok doesn't have this allowing us to link it up yet. So we're trying to figure that out, too.
And for those of you interested in Werewolf, I got the okay to post some of the drawings I did for the NPCs, so I might do that tomorrow. So look for artwork from our games too, which is awesome.
All
Okay.
kinds of fun.
Alright.
So Wade, it's your
Dexterity and medicine looks
right
like.
versus their stamina and athletics. So since it's opposed, it's just target number 6. Whoever gets the most successes, which is probably going to be you.
Maybe. Alright, well, 9. Well, there's a 1. 8 and 2. So 1 success.
You got more successes. You didn't make any. So basically, you run up, start whimpering, and kind of showing sympathy, and you see her kind of look at you, and you can tell it's like, what? And then it's like, because he jumps out from the Umbra and just, bink, and she falls over.
Yeah, and that was an auspice gift too. It was
I just found that. So, all right. So basically, you touch her, and she kind of falls over on her side and kind of yelps.
In peace.
And as she lands, she kind of like sees you and pauses, almost like on her side.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there, and then you were next. You guys were next. So
these two would have been ahead of me.
Yep.
So
you two would have came up next. So you just saw that happen. You are and shifting to homage.
shifting to homage and doing kitten's cry.
Oh, what's kitten's cry?
Kitten's cry, also known as Pathets Mew.
When you step
It's
on
a
their tail.
pitiful sound and imbues the workcat's voice with a tone so pathetic that anyone who hears it goes out of his way to comfort her. This compulsion extends to attackers who break off facilities unless are attacked in return.
Throw a shoe at that cat.
Okay.
Not the cat's tail.
So you're going to do that. Okay. I'm not even going to make you roll for it.
You need to act out, though.
That's pretty
Boo
good.
Boo,
Oh,
It's
poor thing.
the Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots with the big eyes.
Oh.
Everyone stops and goes over there. Look at it. All right.
Oh, it's okay. She's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Boo Boo, what are you going to do? You run up next to Kylie, and she starts doing that. You see KM kind of doing the same thing.
But not yowling.
Not yowling, but just kind of whimpering and whining like a puppy. What are you going to do?
And what is the reason they're whimpering and whining in the first place?
To show sympathy?
Trying to get the little...
To let the one you're chasing know that you're not attacking?
Right.
Assume cat form, unless I'm already in cat form.
I think
you
you're
were
in
in-
You're in
Krynos.
a Krynos form.
Which is...
The
what?
big
Big
werecat.
cat.
Big werecat.
Bipedal
Big
werecat.
scary monster.
I
Big.
don't want to scare shit out of nobody.
Well, you were just trying to keep up.
Ah,
So when you get up there, do you want to shift to cat form?
yeah.
Okay. And just kind of sit back.
Kind of investigate, see if I could be of any assistance to help calm.
Okay. So you're going to
Just creep
stop
up to her?
as they do that, and just basically as a cat kind of do that, kind of moving slowly up with your tail up
Yeah,
toward this Krynos.
Yeah, you don't have anything special to.
I didn't think it is.
Okay.
We keep
After
working
that,
on opposites of what our
River,
original
you're going to
plan
show
is.
up, and
I
you
know
go to
that.
the...
What's going on with that?
Not
Yorn-
there, but the next step up before Krynos.
Okay.
Just kind of walk up and my paws crossed in front of me and just look at it with my ears back and kind of
Okay.
sympathetic, like,
Okay. All right. So you are massive still.
Further necessity.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
more than a grizzly bear.
bigger than a grizzly bear, but
Yeah.
not to my fullest extent. Yes.
Right.
You can
Okay.
sit down.
So, yeah, okay. So she's
He's
gonna,
only 14 foot tall. So
gonna look at
Yeah.
you two
Well, more like 16,
and
but yeah.
sees
Oh,
you and sees the cat, and then when she sees you, it's more like, she does kind of shy away.
Yeah, but
So,
I'm being as passive as I can. I'm not
it's
looking
a
at her.
giant fucking cave
I know
bear coming
that.
at her. So
But still.
just imagine.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, but she does kind of like shy away from you for a minute.
Yeah.
We come up.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Okay. I'm going to attack. And,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were here to kill it.
One of us. One of us.
Okay.
Consider yourself our mate. Consider yourself part of the family.
so I can't really censor totem or stuff like that, right? Yeah.
And if she's a cub, she probably doesn't even have a totem
Right.
yet.
Okay.
But this is still in our room. This is next to change.
This is Gibbous.
Gibbous moon, sorry. Gibbous moon.
Well, I mean, I'll use my, I guess, my empathy
Okay.
and this is manipulation, but basically I'll come up and then I'll put my hands down, form, and basically since we're the same form, it's like, it's okay. We understand. You are one like us.
Okay.
You know.
We all start chanting.
One of us.
Shut it!
Shut it!
Shut it! The great are good.
Great.
The great are good. Shut it! Okay, so go ahead and roll your manipulation because you're trying to calm her down. You're trying to affect her. So manipulation and empathy.
Okay.
What's Jack doing?
I have an idea what
He's
he's
trying
doing.
to eat it.
Hey, baby, you dead? Okay.
What do I need?
Target number 6 because it's opposed.
And I botched.
You botched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I want you to come on! Come on! You're one of us now! Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on top of him.
Somebody needs to.
Jack just looks at you like, the hell, dude?
Come on! Get it out!
No, you
She's dead!
two
She's
kinda-
dead! Come on! Come
You're
on!
like, one of us. She's like, Jack is going to take a page from your book. He's going to run up, stop, lay down, and show his stomach.
No.
And like kind of roll and kind of whimper and show his belly, which to werewolves is a sign of surrender, weakness. So he's basically going to do that.
I'll walk up to her also on the other side of it and just sit down cross-legged.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
that's what bears do for.
Yeah. Yeah. The way his cars go by. The bears when they sit up and do that. Bye. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So-
then I'm gonna take my toothpaste, put it in my mouth. It's all foamy. And then,
Yeah, pull out the bar of soap. I don't know how they got there. I'm so sorry.
Actually, I'm gonna try.
And I'm really sorry the guy with me came at you with a hard on.
Jack's rolling around all sympathetic.
it's a you find out it really was a long tail.
He's got a 4-foot tail.
You know
but
what
he's
they
5
say
foot
about the
laying
size
down.
of
I don't
the
understand
tail.
what's going on here.
There is no tail. There is no tail.
Oh, you thought that was a tail? I'm sorry.
I'm Neatus. What do you expect?
Yeah, it just hangs below. I don't have a tail.
Look, I'm relenting.
The thing was wagging at me.
I petted it.
That's my boyfriend now.
And it was so furry too.
The cats are back to bad at it.
I wonder why his tail was leaking. I didn't understand that.
Oh, no.
Okay. No.
We
Jack is just
apologize
rolling on his
profusely
stomach.
for
He's
the
calmed
last
down.
segment.
She's breathing. It's not really that much of a turn on for me. So, okay, so she kind of like is in shock and yeah, basically she's doing that panting like.
No, that was me.
I'll put a paw out to her.
She
Like,
flinches.
No, I'm just very gentle.
Well, she flinches.
Just put a paw out and sit there and look at her calmly.
Okay. She kind of feels that, looks at you.
My hand's out and like your doggy licks my hand.
Yeah.
No.
And looks at Jack, who's basically showing his belly, and she's like, kind of looks around at everybody, and you see her kind of get to her feet slowly, like if you'll allow it.
Yeah.
So she kind of gets to her feet and kind of sniffs around and instantly reverts to homing.
Okay.
And before you see the girl in the top corner here. She's probably about 17. Unfortunately, she is buck naked.
Oh yeah, she doesn't have no clothes yet.
And she immediately kind of like, still, she looks feral almost, but she's like,
camera too.
Probably covered in blood too.
Yeah, she's covered with blood. You would have noticed her muzzle was all dripping with blood when she was freaking out, but now she's just got blood all over her chest and mouth.
I still would hope to keep my hand out. I wouldn't move it.
Don't know. Can't even see it from here.
Closer.
My arms are a little short.
Oh, Anastasia was just laughing at us.
Okay.
So anyway, she kind of reverts to Homid.
It's Christina Applegate.
And you're in Homid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
So she basically looks at you and says, "What's happening?" And
Actually,
she looks like she's about to burst into tears.
It's okay. I hold out my other hand as if to try to allow her to embrace.
Okay.
Okay.
And what were you going to do, Wade?
Also go to Holman.
Okay, so you revert to Homid and you're basically like, come to me.
Like bring it in,
Okay.
sob it out.
Okay.
And okay, you
And because
are not just human. You are special.
Guru.
You are a changing breed. You are guru. Werewolf has such a bad connotation to it for most humans.
I'll shift
Jack's
it.
like,
But you are able to change.
I'm going to shift it home with myself.
okay.
We are all changers.
And as
She just says that.
you're holding her, yeah, basically,
Mhm.
pretty much when you say that, Jack's going to change. Everybody kind of changes to Homid.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in my form.
Yeah.
Foaming them out and ripping stuff up. Just like Botch. No, I'm gonna shift down and I'm gonna put my hand on her and start doing a breath of Gia like that.
The refreshing,
Yeah.
kind of calming thing. Okay. As she looks around, she's kind of crying, and then as she sees you, it's more like that wonder. The tears are kind of, you don't know if it's tears of freaking out or tears of joy now, but she seems to be, and when you kind of put your hand on her, she doesn't even flinch at that point because she's like, what am I witnessing? You can actually calm her down pretty well. Jack is probably going to kind of roll his eyes, take his flannel off, kind of like, here, gonna hand it to her, and she kind of looks at him like, yeah, but takes it and kind of wraps it around herself. He's like, it's got blood on it already.
I'm going to start. I have the skill storyteller as performance. All werebears have that.
Jack's
I'm
gonna
gonna
give his pants to the
I'm going
guy
to start
back.
to tell her about the history of the guru and the changing breed.
Right. Okay. Well, as you kind of like,
Begin into that.
right, as you begin into that, everybody roll perception and alertness. Target number of, target number of 6.
Ooh. 3, 4, 5,
Jeez, no successes, huh?
None?
No.
You're not rolling one.
No.
2.
6.
Target 6.
Yeah.
Nope. Well, wait a minute. 7. No,
13
1.
out of 10.
Oh, 1, yeah.
At 2.
2?
And that's a 10.
Oh,
So that's 5.
10.
Five
10.
Oh.
10.
Okay, Rhonda. I don't get any. Oh, 5. Oh, okay.
A 10 counts as 2. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize
So,
that.
Jaquana, you're probably more interested in her and calming her down, and when he starts telling the story, you're like, I've heard of Garal being the lore keeper, so you're like, Yeah, it's okay. Oh, that's a good story. What do you
Yeah. Move my hand down a little bit. Breathing.
You're
Bad
not
Jaquan.
Bo.
He brings
Bad
up a
Bo.
big branch. Hit you with the bumper of the car.
Jack stops
Oh,
him this
there's
time. Like,
Chiquana.
no,
I
you
am
wouldn't let me
mine.
have my fun.
No.
You're not getting yours either, pal.
No.
Right.
No.
We'll pay back.
Taking your pants off her, I'm going to take my pants off and give them to that guy back there. And as he says that, he's like, give me that guy back there. Oh, shit. And you guys have ran quite a ways. You can see the car back there, and a police cruiser is pulling up next to it with the lights going.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
nice.
gotta go.
Jack's like,
Yeah, no. Coppers?
do we just leave now?
We should.
Yeah.
Really,
Okay.
should we? Because that's evidence this poor child could be wanted.
Well, I don't know.
We often are.
That's true.
I suggest an Umbra shift.
Come here, little one.
Now, you can't really take her into the
I know.
Umbra. She has to be taught how to go to the
Right.
Umbra.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Is
Yeah, it's going to take practice and time, so you might, if you want to shift to the Umbra now, you're not going to have time.
all right.
She's going to be like, what is the Umbra? She's going to be
Basically, I
not
was
even
going to tell her
sure.
to become wolf. We all have to change and go away now.
How do I do that?
Do you not remember how you did it before?
No.
Okay.
Basically, you know, the first change is a panic reflex.
Right. Well, I'm going to.
So for them to actually concentrate, they're going to have to learn.
I'm going to tell her. I'm going to shift to bear. Get on my back. You're going to ride me out of here.
Who was that?
A boy from the party.
What about you? Rode me out? No, she did. Never mind.
He-
Exactly, my point.
I thought he liked me, but when he took me out there, he...
I says, I will take care of this. I basically move off, and I'll shift to Chronos because the delirium will kick in. So I'm going to go back to the car and the cops. So
Okay.
Did you leave anything in the car?
No.
Any evidence?
No phone, no bag.
No. I didn't
No
have
clothes?
anything.
No.
No. Well, I think
Yeah.
my clothes are shredded. Jack's like, I'll be right back. He's like, he shifts to Krynos and catches up to you. He's like, what are we doing?
we're going to think some crazed animal, I believe some crazed animal attacked there, and we'll take the body off. We'll scare the cops.
You want me to be a crazed animal?
Not that crazed.
Oh, no. I'm dead. He's like, I'm fine.
I can't smile when I
Jack
say
is
that.
having sex with the corpse of the cops
I mean,
again!
I kind of go.
Oh
I
my
go.
God!
I mean, really, if you want to now, you can. I mean, I won't. That'd really freak out the cops.
The moment has passed.
All right.
I
He's
have
like-
a headache now.
Are you going to run up and talk to the cops then?
Yeah, as a foaming creature. Yeah. Rah!
Oh, I thought you
He's
were...
in Krynos.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Right
he's
up.
like, I thought you were going to walk up and say there was a rabid animal on the loose, and I would come up as the rabid animal and take the guy.
I guess we could do
You know,
that.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, good cop, bad,
How about just,
bad cop, worst cop.
let's go bad
Or do you
rabbit
want just-
animal or insane animal.
From bad to work.
Let's just go up as Krynos, scare shit out of him.
That's kind of, yeah.
Okay, let's do that. All right, so basically, you guys, you're going to shift to a bear.
No, I'll wait once I hear,
Okay.
once I figure out, kind of understand what
Yeah,
they're
they're
doing.
like, we'll be right back.
I'll stay in human form and just kind of be with the cub. And
And really, if you think about it, you're so far away from the
Right.
cop at night in the woods, so it's like the chances of them. Who are those people?
Well, I'm going to tell her,
Slim and
Yeah.
down.
And
watch
then,
what they're doing,
Okay.
because this is something you need to learn.
okay. What I'll do, I says, before it happens, I will speak with the Weaver.
Before we scare the cops.
Yes.
Okay. Whoop. I hate it when he does that. So, you see Jack kind of running with Chiquana. Chiquana, boink. Jack just kind of
Slows down.
slows down, like. And you actually see him do the. Put his hands on his hips, like, I'll just stand here.
I
He
basically
kind of
says
drops
this.
to all fours.
Well, I'll do the whew. I mean, I will make sure the radio does not work, and then Because can I do that?
Yeah, you spend a willpower point, but you can communicate to him.
Because I have that glitch power, the jam technology. So could I do that?
Yeah.
On this side, or do I have to be on that side?
No, you can do it from either side.
Oh, okay.
You
Never
just
mind.
call on the gift.
Okay, then I will do that. Sorry,
Okay.
I thought I had to be in the.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay.
So you just tell him you're going to jam the radio.
I'll jam the radios. Speaking of the Weaver, and then maybe we can get the body out of there.
Okay. Well, as
I kind of go. I've not really done this before. Do we just scare the piss out of them?
Oh yeah, it's pretty fun. You just Jack's like,
this is the greatest thing ever.
You just run up and snarl at them, and they might shoot at us, and then we chase them into their car, and they'll either pass out or leave.
Okay.
If we're not killing them, yeah.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't kill them.
Okay.
Yes.
Jack's like non-committal. They got silver bullets, I'm counting.
Oh yeah.
But I doubt if they do.
If there's Pentex on the side, okay.
Pentex police officers.
Oh yeah. Oh, if they have Pendex on the side, I'm gonna kill them and have sex with that corpse. Not theirs, though.
I will not stop you.
Yeah, all right. Deal. So you guys watch and you see Jack and Chiquana kind of moving up through the
kind of
woods.
explaining to her as what they're doing.
Yeah.
If she looks up at any time like I don't understand, well, this is what I'll explain it to her. The whole process.
Jack's actually like, you see his tail like wagging, and he's like,
I see. This
do you
means
jump out and scare him or just charge him?
I see. That means Jack's very happy.
Sure, you decide.
And you see how they're talking to each other?
Okay.
They're making little gestures and things
And
like that.
she can actually hear that far, like you guys can. So, and then you scare her. Oh, okay.
Does she say that? Does that mean
yeah?
scare?
She's like, I can hear him.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Well, you guys watch as Jack and Chiquana go up. He's like, scare him. So the two cops get out of the car, pull out the flashlight, look around. You see one guy look in, turn, vomit. And the other cop's like, hey, shines his flashlight, looks away, and one of them, the one who didn't puke, draws his gun and kind of looks around. The other guy wipes his mouth, reaches for the cop car door, or through the door, and it's like,
technology.
Now. So you're going to use jam technology.
Yep.
Outside and stand up for a bit.
Okay.
Manipulation. Ooh, what do I need?
Ooh, what do I need?
2 or better.
Oh, I think it's a 7 for those.
Probably. Let me check.
I think it is. Well, I got 5 successes.
Yeah, whatever it was, you did it. Yeah. So jam technology, 5 successes. All right.
The radio.
I just shut the...
Yeah, the cop goes, like, picks it up, and it's just feedback, and he's like, "Hey, come in."
Probably
and it's
jam
static, and it
lights
just
of the car.
shuts off. Yeah, basically the car just. He's like, "What?"
It's got to be freaky as hell.
So all the lights go off, and they're like, "What the hell?" And he turns
So he's
around
in
to say
pitch black
something,
with a flashlight, and that's
and
it.
the guy's looking at the flashlight at the hood of the car. Jack basically jumps up right on the other side of the hood and just lets loose the most heinous. The guy with the flashlight screams and pulls the trigger twice in Jack's face.
Right. Oh, shit.
The other guy screams, throws the flashlight, and just fumbles for his gun.
Yeah.
So the guy's going to shoot
Did
Jack.
he shoot his toe? Did he shoot himself in the foot?
No, he just threw it.
No, I'm talking about the one fumbling for his gun.
Oh, no, not yet. He hasn't. He might.
Well, I hope he shoots himself in the toe.
He might.
Might
He
help.
rolls the wrong kind of successes. He will
Exactly, my point.
blow his own leg off. That'd be hilarious.
Well, that'd help us, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's what gets for carrying a shotgun in the head. Oh my God!
So the guy pulls the trigger twice, point blank. Pow, pow! Jack soaks both bullets. So it just kind of like, pow, pow! And you see him like Wolverine. And he like does that thing where he puts his paws on the hood with the claws, and then just starts to stand up. The cop is like, pow, pow! Holy fuck! He throws his gun, and he's going to try and run around to the passenger side and get into the car.
Yeah.
The other guy is fumbling with his gun.
I'm gonna sneak up behind him, like come over his shoulder.
Okay.
Heart Attack City.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna roll.
Do I roll a scare thing or?
Yeah, if you want to use manipulation and intimidation.
At this point, I've stopped explaining it and just letting her watch because I'm fascinated. I'm like, this is
What's
funny.
intimidation? I don't have it, so just manipulation.
Yeah.
Botch.
What are you gonna throw? Meow! Damn it! I've been hanging around cats too long.
I come over there. Moo! I'm sorry about this.
Chiquana just being the nice guy.
I'm sorry. Your strap. The strap is caught. Double ones.
Oh my god.
Actually, I think with that one, you reached over and licked him.
Yeah. Gently caress the policeman's back.
He's trying to calm the policeman down.
I'm sorry.
And he feels uncomfortable.
The other werewolf's like, ah! He's like,
I go right.
it's okay.
I go right in the right of apology. I'm so sorry.
He licked his ear.
Okay.
Nibble, nibble.
This is a werewolf leans over.
Joey Waggy. Joey Waggy. Yoinks.
Did you see that?
Alright.
Holy shit.
You see that, Waggy? Yoinks.
Jackson, I know how to cover this. He ships the homie. I said just a guy in the mask.
Ta-da!
Way.
He tried to intimidate a cop and botched, so he's
Double
over
ones.
Sorry, Raggy.
Yoinks.
Doing all
You gotta
kinds of
stop botching, dude.
So the cop runs around trying to fumble with the passenger door. The one cop is fumbling with his gun. Chiquana leans over, licks him, and like, sorry.
I gotta go. Hello.
Yeah. That cop stops struggling. Jack basically, ah! Are you serious, dude? You suck at this.
I just tried my
Yeah, the other werewolf shrugs his shoulders.
So River's sitting there and he just looks
The girl
looks
is-
down at the girl and the girl's like, is this how this works? I'll be like,
Yeah,
no,
the girl's
no.
like, what are they doing?
I think the Chicana had too much to drink tonight.
Okay. So let's see.
The peace pipe.
Yeah, there's something in that pipe of his.
Now there's something else in there that you're smoking.
He says, this is the strangest manipulation I've ever seen.
Okay. So the one cop is kind of calmed down enough to slowly pull his gun out. The other cop is fumbling with the door. Jack is going to jump on the cop car and basically growl at them. Let's see. That cancels that. One success. So he basically leaps up. Actually, wouldn't leap on the cop car. He probably leaps up on the other car,
Right.
on the hood, and just snarls at him. The guy with the gun is like shaking, and Jack just kind of looking at the gun. So he kind of like
Mike was trying to intimidate.
drops it. And do you do anything?
Yeah.
The guy drops it.
Back to him,
The other guy gets the door open
Yeah.
and is going to dive in.
Well, I've rolled double ones, so I'll reach down and pick it up.
Pick up the gun.
Yeah.
The guy's like, goes to take it. Jack like, "Arr!" He's like, okay. I'm not
Can I bite it? Can I bite it in half, or
Try.
what's that?
Ow. Probably be your strength check.
Okay.
I'd say target number of 8.
Oh God, please don't.
I got 4 successes.
Okay. So you pick up the
Find one of
pistol.
those.
The
I
guy,
like
goes,
I'm leaning over.
the guy goes to
I'm
grab
trying to
it.
do that shrug. When he picks up, you go,
So you bite it in half, spit out the bullets, drop the gun. The guy's like, immediately grabs his hand back away from you.
I have my tongue hanging out. I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
going, "Is this better?"
Jack just shakes his head. The other cop is like, get in the fucking car! So the other guy gets in. They try to start the car. Click, click, click. Son of a, roll the windows up.
Oh, and I kind of look at you. Let's throw the other car.
Jack's like, let's just take it. He's like, grr. So you guys, he picks up the front, you pick up the back.
Okay.
He's like, let's go. So lift it up and run away from the car.
That's what I wrote in my mind.
Yeah. So basically the cops are just sitting there. As you kind of get out of range,
The car will
you
start.
see the car, and the lights, and it doesn't move for at least 10 minutes.
At this point, I'm sure River looks down at this poor child, and she's just like, "Is this really how this works?" I'm like, "No, nope, ever. This is a good example of what not to ever do."
I'm sorry.
See the one with the black fur?
I've never done that before.
You guys are running into the woods with a car with a
Kind of
person
in
it.
your direction, but
we have to leave now.
so basically you guys can run back into the woods, and Jack kind of like throws his end down.
What?
He looks at you and he's just like,
What?
he walks back over to the group, almost like, I'm not talking to you. We're done. I'm not
Not
done.
to my right of reconciliation. Oh, come on, Daddy.
Jack.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
You guys, they get back to the group, and you notice he's doing this right to Jack, and Jack is just like, nope, nope.
I got 3 suggestions. Come on, you can go touch the body. Come on. Come on. I chewed the gun. Look, I got your piece.
Get you the trigger.
Snatches it from your hand, licks it, and throws it away.
What? You can teach me better. I'm just nice.
He comes up, and he's like, shifts to home, looks at you, shifts to Homan.
All right,
Still
I shift to
looking at you.
Homan.
He's like, that was dumb. You were so bad at that.
I'm not used to being so mean.
Jack just laughs.
I
He's
bit
like,
the gun in half. Yeah.
yeah.
I
yeah,
just leaned
I
down.
wouldn't even do that.
I leaned down to her and said, "Don't talk to him anymore."
Oh, come
No,
on.
I don't hear me. I'm just whispering.
No, okay. Well,
What's your name?
Well, he looks back.
look at it this way. They will never, no one will ever believe their story.
Jack kind of like, well, you got that right. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
I doubt anyone here will believe the story.
Just then you hear the car, like the gravel crunching as it backs out slowly and tears off down the highway. Jack's like, yeah,
That's
Jack,
the first
the
time
lights are
I've
off.
ever heard police leaving us before.
Maybe I
Jackson.
should go back and sit in the back seat and go, did we get him?
He's like, though that would be humorous and win points for me, no.
Okay.
What's your name, little one?
She says, Allison Clark.
River.
Allison, I'm Kylie.
I'm Ranbeer.
Jack's like, Jack.
I'm still stupid.
He is.
I am a
Too much
Chihuahua,
lead in
though.
your diet.
Yeah.
His name is Chicono, a.k.a. Dumb as Rocks.
Actually, he's the nice one.
I am, yeah. But I am learning. Not well.
And she kind of looks over at you, waiting for your name.
KM.
I'm glad to meet you all. So this is going to be normal for me.
From this point on, yes.
Well,
You'll be able to
something
control
like
it soon.
this. There's much shorter.
It's your choice if you would like for us to teach you. Because we don't know of any other guru around. And we can't leave you out here by yourself.
Was your mother or father not around?
My aunt, my mother died a few years ago. My father, I never knew my father. Jack's like, that was probably a good thing or a bad thing. She's like, what do you mean? Well, he was probably the one that you got this from. That's what happened from what I'm told. Yeah, you got a lot to learn. She's like, well, I need clothes. I need to go back to my house and get my stuff. Jack kind of like looks at you guys like,
Day is breaking.
get there quick. Where do you live? She kind of it's not far away. It's actually not far from the party house that you were at.
All right.
She's like, there.
Was there any water or anything in the car? Did I see or anything like that?
No, not really.
Did we have any extra clothing in the vehicles that we have from the hunters? Since they were camping? No?
No. They were just out for a night. They didn't bring a change of clothes or anything. But she's got Jack's flannel, which is like a 2X.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a 17-year-old kid, so it almost looks like a robe on her.
Right. So she's covered.
She's covered at least. And it's mid-fall, so it's not freezing out.
One of us should take her home then and deal with the aunt. And all of us showing up might be a cause for the police to show up again, and I don't want that happening with what I just saw.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
would be good.
I actually kind of look at Kylie, who probably looks closest to
her age. And look.
Yeah.
And she's got kind of the long black hair, so she's got this kind of goth look to her. In fact, her mascara's already run.
I'll take her.
Okay.
Maybe anybody else, one other person.
I mean, we can all follow, but she can actually.
We'll just keep an eye across the street or something.
So we'll kind of a fast-paced walk.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get there.
You guys.
Actually, I'll go back into the Umbra.
Back into the Umbra? Okay. Everybody else staying in Homid or?
Homid. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jack will stay in Homid. So you're on to the Umbra. And what are you going to do? Go. Well, let me see. Kylie, you're going to escort Allison back to her apartment or home to get whatever she needs.
Yeah.
Okay. And others are going to kind of follow at a distance, kind of keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to do that? River and Cam and Jack, Boo-Poo. What do you look like in your home info? Oh, the gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ronbeer, you're going into the Umbra? Are you I'm assuming follow along?
Yeah.
Okay. And Chiquata, what are you going to do?
Should it? I'll just make sure there's no other sense of her in the vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He's pissing all over the dead body in the vehicle.
Marking the territory.
Actually, Jack will help you with that.
Yeah.
So you're going to go over basically.
Oh.
He's going to pick up all of her shredded clothes that he can find. You can sniff them out. Anything with her scent, he's going to basically remove and either carry with him or dispose of them, like set them on fire or something.
Yeah.
I do have burrow. I can.
Just set the whole damn thing on
Oh,
fire.
that's weird.
Car's burning well.
You could burn the whole
Actually, that
car.
could be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, did we want, before I go into the Umbra, did we want to burn that car?
Be easier than trying to pick it apart.
I can dig a hole big enough to bury it.
He can take it and do things with it, though.
I have Creed Element, so I can just
Well, once you dig a
pop some
hole,
fire into it.
you dig a hole, put it in there. You'll light it on fire, and then we'll throw the dirt on top.
That works.
I'm whatever's quickest.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, you've got the gift of burrow, so yeah, you're like. So basically, Cam's like the puppy in the garden.
Playing in the dirt!
Shifts to Krynos, digs a big ass hole. Jack and Cam.
We're both like,
Anybody else can throw the car in. Ron Deere, you just.
You're standing in the wrong spot.
yeah, I'm like getting covered.
There's a mound of dirt that's
I
moving.
deserve that.
So you can use create element to basically ignite it on fire, let it burn for a bit, and then you can all kind of shovel the dirt back in. So
we can do that while she goes and they do that. So that way we're at least,
Yeah. So
I'll leave you guys to do that, and I'll follow her to her house.
Okay.
You can just tell
You
us
can
where
follow
she
my
lives,
scent
and
to
then
where we need to go.
So, Kylie, you're
Actually,
going
I
to
can
escort her. Bupu and River, you're just going to kind of follow at a distance, unobtrusive, out of sight, to make sure she gets there. Okay.
In human form. Yeah.
Long story short, you're going to find a small, like, duplex. Well, not small, but it's a duplex in a residential area. It's got a nice big yard.
I had 3 successes on my create element check, and so it's
like a
3 cubic feet of fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a pretty big fire. So yeah,
we're all. I'm covered just like. Okay, I said I was sorry.
So
that definitely helped torch the inside of the car.
Yeah. So at Kylie's or at Allison's, you guys kind of find this duplex. She's kind of like, wait here, I can sneak in. I do it all the time. I don't even know if my aunt's home yet. She works third shift as a waitress. So she's going to climb up a tree, get into a window, and after about 10 very long minutes, she comes back out dressed in like jeans, boots, a t-shirt that's got some band logo on it, and hooded sweatshirt, all dark gray and black. And she's probably got her hair pulled back in a ponytail, and she has a pretty good size backpack with the animal skull and crossbones, like cute little animals, but they're the skulls.
Right.
Something like that on the back. And she probably climbs down the tree, closes the window, climbs back down the tree, and she's like, I didn't leave a note, should I?
I don't know. What do you think?
She kind of shrugs.
I mean, how good of terms are you and your aunt?
Okay, I guess. She's more like a friend than an aunt. She doesn't see it. She's like, no, let's just go.
All right.
So she kind of comes back. You guys are watching. Nothing else is going on. You guys, like, dig a hole. Cover it up. That looks good. 2 cop cars come way down there. Come back down that road. 2 cop cars on what looks like a plain blue sedan.
All right, I stop. I go, this time I'll get it right.
No.
Yeah, it's like, stay here.
Stay put.
I say that laughingly, but
he's like, don't, because you're going to buy him ice cream first.
Hey, I'm the guy that killed everybody.
I got
Here's
the
some
Dairy
ice
Queen
cream.
cards in my hand, and I'm like, no.
So if you guys want, Jack kind of crouches down, like watching. If you guys watch, basically what you're going to see is 2 cops that look very familiar, get out, pointing in all directions. This. 2 cops are in the other squad car, and they're like looking around like, well, there's tracks here, kind of nodding, but shaking their head at the same time. Out of the other car, you see 3 people get out. 2 guys in what look like suits, and it looks like they may have glasses or something like that. Kind of very impressive looking guys, sharp black suits. And there is another lady who is kind of shorter, like maybe 5'6", 5'5", dark hair, wearing like a dark blue shirt, buttoned up, sleeves rolled up, slacks. Obviously looks like has a badge you can see glint in the moonlight on her hip, and a gun. Yeah, it's like now it's almost dawn is breaking.
Oh, I
so
thought
it's
this was during the day. I'm sorry.
No, this is still before sunrise.
Okay.
So it's like
been one heck of a morning.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And she's kind of getting out of the car with these 2 guys. She walks on up to the cops. The 2 guys kind of move up.
I figured she'd have sunglasses like some Men in Black character.
Oh.
2 people in suits.
Actually, if you want to pass that around. The girl down here in the corner and the 2 guys on the next page or what you see from
Okay.
when you get home.
Two guys on the next page,
At
and
the
one
bottom.
named Natalie Ross.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, I guess
she
I
gets
can
out,
bend.
goes up to the cops, kind of talks to them a minute. The two guys seem to kind of move off on their own, and they're looking where the car was, and
Just
just kind of
tired.
looking around, kneeling down, looking at stuff.
Or he found something to eat.
Have you sense worm? Is it too far away?
No, you can do it.
Yeah.
Sense worm.
Sense worm.
You don't really sense anything about the worm.
Oh,
Not at all. So,
Fun.
Did you leave a piece of cupcake over there?
Maybe.
You have to pull his dice bag needs to go behind him.
Oh.
what
Does
if I
that-
go in the,
Holds it, it balances him.
try and go to the Umbra and see what they look like?
looks like normal guys.
Her too?
Yeah, she looks absolutely normal.
Okay.
And they seem to be having a conversation. As you kind of listen, once it gets quiet, the two cops are trying to explain there was a car here. There was a guy who was seriously wounded. Like, it looked like his throat had been ripped out. And there were these big dogs or a bear or something that attacked us. And I think there were two of them, but I just remember one. It was just violent, really. It was growling at us, so we tried to shoot it. I don't know what happened. I panicked, and we got in the car and left. And the other cops are like, so where'd the car go? Well, I don't know. Did the dead guy drive off? And they kind of laughed. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't as hurt as we thought he was. I don't know. But it was here. It was here. And the lady Natalie that you saw is like, okay, well, it's not here now. So, we going to file a report on this or what? And they're like, well, I don't know what to report. And she's like, okay, well, just spread out, look for clues, see what you can find. Check the perimeter. Obviously, something was here. She looks over and she's like, kind of rolls her eyes. He's like, you guys finding anything over there? You going to share it with us? And they kind of lean up. There was a vehicle here. It didn't look like it backed out. I don't know where it went. And the two cops are like, oh, it must have vanished in thin air. Rip Taylor. Ta-da! Ta-da!
So, can I go over the Umbra and remember where that gun's at and, like, reach in and grab it out? Like, stealthily? Or do you have to come out of the Umbra? Is that...
Yeah, you'll have to come
The
out
chewed
of
up
the
gun?
Umbra for that. Yeah, actually, one of the guys would have been like, oh, what's this? They're like, see, it bit it in half. The other cops are like, bit it in half. You sure you didn't run over it? Like, yeah, we didn't run over it. So the cops are kind of getting into an argument. The two partners are getting into an argument with the other two. The deputy, or the detective, apparently, kind of walks over and grabs it. Goes to grab it for one of the guys. Is like, well, we'll take this and have it looked at. And she's like, it's evidence. He's like, yes, for our investigation. And she just kind of like, sure, whatever. And she kind of looks, well, are we spread it out or what? Are you guys just going to fight? And they're like, okay. So they grab flashlights and they're going to start kind of fanning out in the area. And you see the two guys in the suits, one of them pulls out like what looks like an evidence bag. And he had a glove on, he drops it in there, seals it. And he goes to put it in the car.
Okay.
And the other guy just kind of stands there and he starts talking to the detective, kind of quiet. And he's kind of quiet, and she's like, yeah, but this is a joint investigation, isn't it? Well, technically. And then it gets real quiet. And she's like, well, that's bullshit. So they seem to be getting into an argument.
Okay.
So
What car did they put it in? The van? Or
the blue sedan,
The unmarked car.
the unmarked car. So, do you guys stay and watch this pan out, or seen enough? Let me know.
Actually, yeah.
I said, I wonder if I could go in the Umbra and snack it out of the car.
Jack's like, I don't know why not. You know more about the Umbra than I do. Unless they leave, are you going to be trapped in the car or something?
No, I could just leave right away.
Go ahead and try.
Oh, zip in the Umbra.
Okay.
Actually, I'll step into the Umbra also.
Jack looks at you and Bupa and is like, I guess we'll just sit here and wait. They do this a lot. At least ours does. I think the other guy is, I don't know. It must be a cult. So basically, you two jump in the Umbra.
Yeah.
You gonna go up to the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
As you. Oh, what are
actually,
you gonna do?
No, I'm actually gonna circle around, try and follow get right where they're at, and see if they're getting closer to the group.
Oh, the cops and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the Umbra, the cops are just fanning out. It's gonna take a while before they actually encounter the group because they're just kind of moving foot by foot,
Yeah.
spreading out, kind of moving in out concentric circles. So it'll be a while before they get to the group.
Yeah.
But you notice the other guy in the suit who's not arguing with the detective
Yeah.
is kind of like looking down, and you see him pull out something from his pocket, and he kind of bends down and kind of scoops up some dirt, and kind of you hear a lid close, and kind of tucks that away, and then he pulls out something else, and it kind of looks like a small little tiny phone, and it looks like he's shining some sort of blue light around where the car was sitting. And as you get up there, kind of past him, you notice that those things are obviously Weaver spirits in them.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever Weaver spirit it is, it's very different. It's like, it's a spider, but it's very jagged. Like it's got spikes on its carapace, and its legs are all spindly. It's kind of a unusual looking Weaver spirit. Not necessarily corrupted, it's just a different type of Weaver spirit you've never really seen. But it acts just like a Weaver spirit. It's not like giving off a worm taint or anything like that. It's just a unique design that's kind of intimidating. That's about it.
Right, yeah.
And he kind of like scanning around. You just kind of walk right past him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do you have stealth of any kind?
Trips over a stick in the Umbra.
Let's see. Yes, oh yes I do.
Okay, roll your dex and stealth. And it's opposed, so it's target number 6.
Target number of 6?
Yeah.
So I got 4.
Okay. You kind of skate past this guy to get to the car. And as you move past him, that little device he has, you see the Weaver's leg twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little light that appears on its back, just briefly. And the guy stops. Like he's scanning, he stops and goes back. And doesn't do it again. And he keeps scanning.
Should I try and jam it? Like maybe it messes up a little bit?
It doesn't look like...
I can do the...
Yeah,
jam
well, maybe not. But even if you did, it's like he... What was that?
Mm-hmm.
And then ignored it. So it doesn't look like whatever it was, he didn't see it.
But I can
Or
kind of
didn't pay any
sense us.
It's almost like if it would have rolled better, it would have sensed you.
Oh, wow.
In the Umbra.
The spider, like, look at me.
Yeah, the spider, like, twitched, like, oh. And it beeped, and he's like, what was that?
Hey, it's
There's
over
nothing
here.
there.
It's looking at me. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. So, as you kind of skate by, you're like, whoa. So, but you can get to the car. You
Okay.
see the gun in the evidence bag in there, the broken gun.
Is the door shut, rolled up? So is the car got all those kind of weird spiders on it too, or not?
No, the spiders on the car just look normal.
All right. Well, I'll kind of get into like, can I sit in the car in the Umbra?
Yeah, you can almost pass through the door if you really wanted to.
I'll do that. I'll just kind of...
Well, you'd have to convince the Weavers to let you do it, I guess.
Okay. Well, can I try?
Just roll.
What would it be?
Manipulation and...
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
I could use the gift. So manipulation. And...
Or if you don't... I don't think it's under persuasion. Leadership.
Leadership? No. Performance. Where is it? Persuasion.
It's a gift. You don't actually have a skill, persuasion.
Oh, charisma and subterfuge. I'm sorry.
Subterfuge.
Oh, that's your gift. Okay, yeah. So...
I got two successes.
Okay, it's enough. You kind of speak to the Weaver and ask it for permission to invade its perimeter.
Yeah.
And you can see the Weavers around the window, basically kind of spread across the webbing, and you can kind of reach right through it.
Yeah, but I have to get in, come out of the Umbra, grab it, then go back in, right?
No, you Yeah, you
I would
probably have
think
to
you'd
reach
have
out of the Umbra
Yeah.
to get it.
But can I do that, or do I have to actually physically come out of the Umbra, then go back in?
Good question.
I would say you could probably reach through the Umbra to grab it.
Should roll like my gnosis or something, or just
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because you can't reach through. You can peek. So
Yeah.
you'll have to come out of the Umbra to do it.
okay. All right. So I'll come in and like sit on the seat, and like, do I just come out? Use that
Yeah.
automatic? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure they're not watching, and I'll just kind of come.
Yeah, you kind of lay down in the seat, come out of the Umbra, grab the bag.
I'll put it there, and then is there anything in the car? It's like obvious, like paperwork or like licenses.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. So go out the glove box. Let's see. This is already good.
Yeah, because the guy with the scanner is like 10, 15 feet away from the car.
Okay. Damn it! Where's my free breeze? All right. Well, I'll try and go back in. So is it?
There's the rear view mirror up there.
Yep.
Your target number to get back into the Umbra from this vehicle is a 7.
All right. That's my gnosis.
Yep.
Something special about this.
But I can spend a point and go in right away, right? No.
You can spend a willpower point and get an automatic success.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a rage point and get an automatic success.
What did I need?
7.
I got two.
Okay.
2 8s.
So yeah, you go to the Umbra and it's like, whoa, the gauntlet is really tough right here.
Yeah.
And it's probably because there's some sort of technology,
Mhm.
those Weaver spirits
Yeah.
Billions on.
affecting that. Hello!
Hi, Belle.
Hi, Belle.
Hi, Belle!
Okay. Well, I grab it.
So you grab it and you're like, gotta open, get out of here. Oh, that felt great.
Excuse me.
So you come back out. The guy is scanning and he's
I'm gonna go
getting
far
closer.
the opposite way.
So you gotta go out and around. Okay. Ron Beard, you see kind of what's going on over there.
Actually, as the cops are out spreading out through the woods, the group is over this way. I'm gonna go over like away from the group,
Okay.
and wait for one of the cops to get kind of near,
Okay.
come out of the Umbra,
Okay.
and actually like break a stick, make some noise to.
Okay. Actually, I forgot. There's one thing I should point out. So when you get out of the car,
Mhm.
you can see better, and when you get up close by those cops, you notice they're all those shadowy forms, except for the detective. You can almost see her like
Shining.
you guys.
Oh.
Almost. It's a little fainter, but it's there.
Oh, she's a glass walker,
Or
or
kinfolk.
do I know
Or-
the difference?
Well, I don't know. I'm not there, but
Yeah.
Would I know the difference or not? Or
You've never really encountered kinfolk in the Umbra. They're not actually Guru. It's almost like she's something. Yeah. She's something.
okay.
And you don't know if it's a Guru, but if she is, maybe she doesn't know she's a Guru.
another one. Shit.
So, you guys want to stop there?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
get out of there.
Yeah, if you want, you can go over, break the stick. The cop's like, hey, what was that? Jump back in the Umbra. You guys can split,
Mhm.
and you've got the gun.
Go sniff out the others.
Yeah, and you can track the others
Yeah.
in
get
the
back
Umbra
to
or
her
in the
place.
real world. And basically, you're going to meet up with these guys, who's with Allison, and she's kind of like, well, I don't know what to do now. My aunt,
Breakfast.
well, yeah, I
Breakfast
guess.
first. We'll talk.
You might be
I
special,
wonder-
but you still have to eat
Yeah,
and drink and maintain yourself.
I wonder if I should call Nick.
Who's Nick?
We'll stop there.
Next chapter. Who's Nick?
Join.
So that's it for tonight, everybody.
I hope that was
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to, for both cameras. We keep looking over here, but that camera's over there.
I hope you liked the story so far.
Yeah. Keep up with us on everything. We're slowly evolving and getting things up and running better. So
I'll be posting some of the artwork that you kind of got to see tomorrow, maybe. So,
and don't forget to join our TikTok. 250 followers wins Steve's Dice.
yay!
Steve being the dinosaur.
And we'll leave this running just for a minute while we get situated here until I get to it. Again, thanks for joining, everybody. And keep an eye on YouTube. The video will be posted probably next week or two.
Within next week. Before next week.
Before next week.
So, did you guys like the
Right,
story?
no
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh yeah, that's
cool.
great.
So, yeah, the last 2
Or it
sessions.
sucks, man. I don't know why I'm here.
So, yeah, the last 2 sessions were all exposition to get to the first story, which is this.
Wow.
So, this is the actual story I was going to run for you guys.
Yeah.
Really cool, man. Thank you.
Oh, it'll get
I need to get
interesting. And yes,
back to
Plan Q happened.
I might
Plan
hit
Q
it.
happened.
Yeah.
What, him?
What I did was I wrote the story, and I was like, okay, here's what could happen. Here's the storyline of what's going to transpire. And then I was like, and we'll start with them getting to the house. And then I had to stop because I'm like,
Did those get dropped or something?
how are they going to do this?
Kind of shuffled, I guess.
I didn't know if you were going to go through the Umbra,
Oh yeah, yeah.
if you were going to go up to the party because then you were going to get the cops called. And then I was like, okay, if they follow the car, how are they going to be there when the cops show up? Are they going to be able to catch the girl? Because if you missed it, you would know what the cops found, but you wouldn't know who did it.
Right.
Right.
But you guys went right there, so I was like, okay, well, they're going to find the girl first. Because I seriously had it written to where you guys were going to have to track her down.
Oh, okay.
But you just skipped all that. But then there's all this other stuff like, okay, she has an aunt. She has this guy named Nick. Well, are you just going to, like, we should just leave? Or are you going to have to deal with that? So there's a lot more to the story, but yeah, I was like, I don't even know how you're going to do it.
Next chapter. Who's Nick?
Who's Nick?
We call it that.
This chapter was what, Twinkie Fun or something.
Twinkie fun.
Twinkie Room.
Twinkie fun. You can have
We'll
it
call it
in
road
the night
snacks
or in
and
the
beers.
sun.
Road snacks and
Twinkie
beers.
fun.
Yeah.
Twinkie fun.
But not,
Nice little room
well,
you
not
can
the crow.
transfer and kill someone.
Dennis, thank you for having us.
No problem. This is great.
Yep. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
You want to shoot for next week here again?
Yep.
Okay.
Your nose,
It's very possible we could get through this in like 2
your
more
nose
sessions.
and your forehead are blue.
Depending on what you
Get a
guys
little
do.
alfalfa on top from your, I guess, the clip.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
we could always go back to Warhammer 2 if you want, or Pathfinder.
But yeah, like I said, after this story, I'm kind of whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell this story, and then I've got 2 more for Werewolf that we can always go back to. And I do have a Deadlands Memphis story, and I think I have one for Noir, the old group Noir.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I can do those whenever too.
Of course, Pathfinder's always available. For
Right.
When anybody wants to do that, it's ready to go too.
So like I said, hell, you guys might finish. you
Oh,
guys
I
might
picked
finish
up
this next
I
time.
picked up a new game called Neverland. It's the Peter Pan role-playing game, basically.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it read through and see what it's all about. I might run a game of that at some point too. I couldn't. I found it. I was like, man, this sounds cool. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's the cord for that one.